like since you've been the head coach.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Well, but it's important because since you've been the coach here, only the Patriots have had more second half double-digit leads, 162. Only the Patriots have more double-digit wins. Like, you've lived in that space, and it's worth pointing that out. The team you play this week, Detroit, they came in a couple years ago. You beat them by 35 points. I mean, I feel like that ought not get lost in this conversation.
We didn't lose that lead, yeah.
Pardon me?
We didn't lose that lead. We kept that lead.
Would be a tough one to let get away. That's a space that you all have lived in more than most, and I would imagine that that's what you're trying to do.
We want to be great in all those situations. We don't want to lose any of those games. So, we're kind of ticked off about it. Like you said, they don't point fingers. It's just, what can we learn? And let's go win the next one when we're in that situation.
Appreciate Coach Harbaugh being available. Enjoyed the conversation. Harbaugh's led the Ravens to double-digit wins 11 times. Only Andy Reid and Bill Belichick have more wins since Harbaugh's first year, 2008. 4 AFC game championship appearances. Just one, though, in the last dozen years, and it was on this very field, and Kansas City got the victory. All right. Time to offer up some game picks. And Stephen A., great to have you with us. Look forward to a few more times throughout this season. And you know how we close up shop. Who's going to win and by how many?
I don't know what this man dancing for. I guess he's assuming the Ravens going to win. I got the Ravens winning this game 41-38. I think their offense is prolific, but Detroit is no joke either. They will put points on the board, but it won't be enough. Lamar Jackson, King Henry, and the crew.
You said the name.
41-38.
You said the name, Lamar Jackson. Big night. Him and Derrick Henry, they love the spotlight. It's Monday Night Football. The stars are going to put on the show. I agree with you. I think the Detroit Lions are going to show up, but the Baltimore Ravens at home on Monday night, we already know the history. Lamar finna lose his mind again.
We got a clash of the Titans, and I'm not going to go any different than the previous team, and I'm going Baltimore as well. If this was in Detroit, I maybe sway differently, but it's in Baltimore. And they got Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, the king, going Baltimore 30.
Hey,
if I had on a different outfit, I might make a difference. But we're here in Ravens country. Lamar Jackson, absolutely phenomenal on Monday night. It's going to be a shootout. It's going to be high scoring, but the Ravens leave this field victorious. This is an electric atmosphere. I wish you guys could feel it.
I need to save the graphic. It's my job, it's my duty.
Family?
But I can't.
What's
I feel
going
like the
on,
home road
man?
splits between Detroit and their building up there in
Here.
Detroit and on the road, as we saw
Monday
week one
Night
against
Football.
Green Bay. They're just a different team there. Baltimore with Lamar
Get it.
at the wheel. It feels like I picked them to win the Super Bowl when the year began. I still believe that they're the best team in the National Football League, even though it says 1-1. I believe Baltimore wins a close game. That in no way disparages who Detroit is. We all have the Ravens. The Lions social media is just like, okay, they got receipts. They're waiting.
I am a little nervous about Namdi Madubuike not playing.
That's big.
And that's a fair
That's a
point.
big deal. That's a big deal.
Stephen A., great to have you with us. Jason, good to see you working on that side.
Great to have you with us,
For all our crew, both in front of and behind the camera, I'm Scott Van Pelt. We'll see you in
Scott
the
Van Pelt, Stephen A. Smith, Ryan Clark. Yeah.
Charm City is sparkling on a Monday night. Perfect night weather-wise here in September. And what a matchup to finish off week 3. The great Lamar Jackson.
They saying this could be the game of the week.
On Monday nights. We'll give you the numbers during the game off the charts. He likes playing on Mondays. And Jared Goff, man, did he like playing last Sunday. 5 touchdown passes in a win over the Chicago Bears. 2 red-hot quarterbacks. 2 good teams going at it on ABC ESPN.
31 meters, range 55 degrees. The city's quiet.
It feels like the whole league is watching this one tonight.
And oh no. I can see.
Buzzing in the deep, don't budge.
Okay, Snoop.
Lamar breaking loose, Hutch tighten.
Okay, yeah.
Motown muscle, the Ravens take flight. Week 3 class got them prime time lights. Monday night.
famous gangbanger in the world, Uncle Snoop.
What a night in Baltimore,
Yeah,
Maryland, as we welcome you
Baltimore.
to the progressive Monday night kickoff.
M&T Bank Stadium.
And we cannot wait
Detroit
for this thing
trying to
to
come
kick
in and
off.
cause the
Welcome to the
upset.
broadcast booth, everybody.
You did.
I'm Joe Buck, along with the Hall of Famer Troy Aikman.
Joe Buck,
Lisa
Troy
Salters,
Aikman.
Laura Rutledge, both are coming right up.
Boy,
Glad to
Troy,
have you with us.
boy,
And
be
it is a
blowing that
really good
gun,
matchup
yeah.
here tonight. Two teams that had big
Be
wins
blowing that dodo.
this past week. So
That
let's talk
day.
about the Baltimore Ravens. They are a Super Bowl or bust team here in 2025, trying to win their division for the third straight year. That part is no problem for them, but they need some postseason success. And Lamar Jackson is wired on a Monday night and ready to go.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable when you follow his career. He came into the league, he was dangerous because of all the things he could do with his legs, but since Todd Monken took over as the offensive coordinator and play caller, what he's been able to do from within the pocket has made him feared across the league by every opposing defense. They've upgraded the skill players around him, but they're still built around running the football. They didn't do that very well in that win last week against Cleveland, but this is a game the Baltimore Ravens love to play. It's going to be physical, it's going to be tough, and there's nothing that they like more than that. So it's going to be a fun game to watch and see how they come out.
Moments ago, Lisa Salters caught up with Lamar Jackson. We'll take you down to the field for a performance above, brought to you by Jersey Mike's. Lisa.
Lamar, you have dominated the NFC, 24-2 against NFC teams, including beating the Lions twice. So what's been the key to your success against Detroit that you hope to continue tonight?
I feel like, we always get extra study time against those guys. We only play them once a year. But just locking in and just seeing what they do, the best they do, and the worst things they do against us, and we just capitalize and execute. That's all.
Now, Derrick Henry says all he's been able to think about all week was his performance against Cleveland. He wants to break loose so badly tonight. How do you get him rolling?
Man, just keep feeding that giant, man. Keep giving him the ball and just let him do what he do. That's all.
Good luck to you tonight, Lamar.
All right, Lisa, thank you very much. This place is already loud back here. Let's talk about Detroit. Super Bowl or bust for them, too. They won a franchise record 15 games last year, and they were one and done in the playoffs. Jared Goff coming off a very good game. And this offense with a new coordinator is still trying to find their way a little bit.
They really are, and I think everybody, me included, was real interested in how the Lions were going to come out of the gates with new offensive and defensive play callers. Week one didn't go so well. They were on the road. They got some young offensive linemen up front. Communication wasn't great. You mentioned Jared Goff's game last week. That's the way they want this offense to look. It's what we saw last year from this team, but here's another big game for them on the road. Get a chance to see how well they handle the communication up front. It's going to be interesting to see, but you hate to use the term measuring stick, but that's exactly what this game is for the Detroit Lions.
Let's talk defense for a quick sec. Aiden Hutchinson is back. He broke his leg last year, only played 5 games. And Laura Rutledge, he is raring to go tonight.
He absolutely is, Joe, and he actually says he feels better than he did before he broke his leg because of the way he's attacked his rehab to get back on the field. He credits his family with helping him through it because he said the pain was significant, both physically and mentally. His mom, Melissa, took him to rehab every single day. His family was all hands on deck, surrounding him with support. But now that Aiden Hutchinson is 100%, he's taking on an even bigger role in this Lions defense. Defensive coordinator Kelvin Shepard telling us that he has the green light to line up wherever he wants throughout the game, trusting his instincts so much that they give him that ability. And Aiden Hutchinson said tonight the goal is get in Lamar's face as much as possible. He's going to do everything he can to throw him off. Joey said sometimes with Lamar, you just got to take your chances and go for it.
Yeah, that's going to be fun to watch all night tonight, Laura. Aiden Hutchinson trying to find and take down Lamar Jackson. This place is ready. It's just week 3 around the National Football League. 2 teams coming off wins. 2 teams coming in 1-1. The Ravens about to take the field. And you've been watching the Progressive Monday night kickoff. We'll kick it off when we come back.
Oh, you want to put the heavier items on the bottom.
Let's let him do his job.
Right.
Young homeowners love to get involved with everything.
Latte for Jan?
We got a latte for Jan.
Remember, you don't work here.
Latte for Jan?
Ooh, I think the chicken marsala. Ooh, I would not have that.
Julie?
Jan, Jan as in January.
Canned goods, OJ, root beer, then probably sandwich cookies.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Could be Jan, I guess. Jan?
The feeling of a new, sweet, and smoky McDonald's sauce. Pairing perfectly with your snack wrap is like striking chicken gold. Special edition gold snack wrap.
With Prime Big Deal Days coming October 7th and 8th, greatness is a deal away.
Just bust a move.
Shop deals up to 40% off this Prime Big Deal Days.
Come in. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
What up, Bucket? Yeah. Where you back tonight?
Baltimore. Yeah, it's gonna be a good. Hopefully, it'll be a good one.
Rated mature. With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place. Or your breakfast faves like pancakes, eggs and bacon, or French toast with sausage and eggs are all just $6. The new value menu, every day at IHOP.
Don't hurt him, Kev. All dripped up. Got the new iPhone 17 Pro, and Verizon picked up the tab on the best 5G network, baby.
No way.
It's me. Handsome and hilarious.
No way.
No way. I know. I'm even finer in person.
No way.
Wait, it was about the iPhone? Come on.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us on the best 5G network.
That's real nice.
With Chewy Pharmacy, save 20% and make every pet a healthy pet. Get quality meds to help with anything, fleas, allergies, or recoveries, delivered fast. For great prices, for life with pets, there's Chewy Pharmacy.
Now, taking the field, bearing the colors of the United States of America. Singing our national anthem, written here in Baltimore. Please welcome Baltimore School for the Arts alum, currently appearing in the Broadway revival of Chess, Samantha Polino.
By the dawn's early light, was so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleaming, who brought stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. On the ramparts we watched was so stridently streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the trapper.
What was that?
Just a beautiful presentation of our national anthem. It's the Lions and the Ravens. Coming up next.
How y'all think my singing was, man? Grade my singing.
Here's the thing.
Y'all even thought I knew the song.
Just happened.
Start to
Every
finish.
highlight you see, there's thousands of hours of work you don't.
Yeah.
You put in the work and bet on yourself. You create an impact that isn't just seen on a stat sheet, it's felt throughout the world. Create your own moments that they'll never forget. Ball over everything.
Rated E for everyone.
As an official sponsor of the NFL, Jersey Mike's wants you, Eli Manning, to be our new spokesperson.
I'm in. I love Jersey Mike's.
Hold on. Jersey Mike's new spokesperson? You're stealing my job.
I don't want to steal anything.
Lies. Eli.
Lies.
I just love
Eli.
You'll be hearing from my lawyer. He's very prompt.
Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Hey, that's my line. A sub above.
What's up above?
Right here, ESPN
What's
Bet.
up
This
above?
is the sports book that gives fans the tools they need, like stats at your fingertips while you bet. Just the thing to line up that perfect parlay. One expert picks. Oh yeah, we got those too. That guy's got some good points. Whatever kind of fan you are, ESPN Bet's got you covered. With everything you need to bet smarter and score more from the game. ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. And right now, get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 bet.
Don't you hold so long, 'cause I can feel your love. I can feel your love.
Miller time started in 1975, and the clock's still ticking. A light beer that tastes like a beer. Now that's legendary. Here's to another 50 years of Miller time.
ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
All right, ready to roll here in Baltimore. Moments ago, the Ravens won the toss. They defer, so the Lions will start this night with the football. Glad to have you with us on ABC and ESPN. John Harbaugh on the right, season number 18 with the Baltimore Ravens, and Dan Campbell, season number 5. Two guys that guided their teams into the
My nigga
postseason.
Big Dan came in and turned the organization all the way around.
He'll watch his defense start tonight. Little pop-up kick. And Jacob Sailors, former UFL player with the St. Louis Battlehawks, spins his way out across the 30, and that's it. Forward progress is stopped. It's a return of 22 yards, and here comes Jared Goff. Last week against the Bears, completed passes at 82%. You see the yardage, only 5 incompletions
Get it, gang.
to go with his 5 touchdown passes.
Yeah, and it's what we had come to expect when you watch Jared Goff the last several years with Ben Johnson calling plays. And as we talked about coming into this game, week 1 didn't go as he would like, nor the Detroit Lions. But last week they got back on track. Another big test on the road tonight.
Here's Gibbs.
Go.
Not much. The rookie Malachi Starks came down to make the stop, and he was not alone. We'll look at the skill position players for the Detroit Lions, and they're as good as any group has around the National Football League. And Troy, their offensive line looks different than it did a year ago.
It really does. That's always been the strength with Dan Campbell as the head coach. But when Frank retired and then Kevin Zeitler, he went to Tennessee, it affected 3 positions.
On second down, Goff has a wide open Jameson Williams and a spinning catch out of bounds near the 40. He is their downfield big chunk yardage receiver, and that one good for 24.
Such a good job of him as he comes off the ball because of the speed that you talk about, Joe. He gets the secondary turning and running. You see the safety, how he just clears out.
Damn, he's like, wait, hold on right there, wasn't he?
Concerned about. They showed that last week. Big touchdown reception by Jameson Williams in that win last week against Chicago.
Like guard or...
Hand off to Gibbs, and right there is Owe.
Which one right next to the center?
Owe makes a stop at a loss of 3.
Sure.
Well, they come in here and they've got 2 tight ends, but that's Brock Wright, number 89, and Owe, he just kind of beats him right off the ball inside, and just no opportunity to get anything going.
88, bitch, that was your.
Week 1 at Green Bay. They were outstanding running it against Chicago. Here's Gibbs again, able to pick his way and make third down a little more manageable. A gain of 7. We can look at this defense for Baltimore a couple of different ways. Maybe the easiest way is to tell you who's not there. And that's Jair Alexander, second straight week. He's on the shelf, still rehabbing the knee. Namde Matabike, who is right there in your screen. A big
3 defensive players still out for Baltimore this week.
A year ago, Kyle Van Noy. Third down and 6.
Third and 6. Come on, Goff. What you got in you? Right in the window. Another Williams. Another catch for Williams.
He's got one for 24. This one for 19. And Jameson Williams, who they've rewarded with a new contract, 2 big plays.
Yeah, and the reason is because he has so much speed coming off the ball. The Ravens. To make the easy completion.
Here's Gibbs. Montgomery was up there blocking. He went to the right. Gibbs went to the left and picks up 2. We haven't even seen a check on Amon-Ra St. Brown, who is their top threat on the outside. He's their leading receiver with 13 catches already this season. You can pencil him in for 100-plus catches a year. He does everything. He's kind of the anti-diva. He blocks. He's a great teammate. Jared Goff would take him over everybody if you put them all in a big draft.
In the red zone, too.
Pretty impressive when he said he's the best receiver he's ever thrown to.
Second down and 8. Gibbs tried to stay inbounds. His momentum carried him out. A gain of 5, so third and short coming up, and you know the deal with Dan Campbell. Anytime he got third down, you think about fourth down, and Dan Campbell, nobody goes for fourth downs more than that head coach.
Well, especially when you're looking at third.
Dan Campbell played Madden growing up. So he go for every fourth down he see.
On the 50-yard line, he's going for it on fourth down over 50% of the time. So you look at it right now, and Johnny Morton, the offensive coordinator, said Dan Campbell would have told him already if they're going to go for it on fourth down to affect what he might call now on third.
Came underneath to Gibbs, incomplete. And what does Campbell do? He keeps the offense out there. They already knew it. Goff was aware of it. 4th and 3, and they'll go for it.
Look, we were just talking about that. This some shit nigga do on Matt. 4th and 3, we going for it.
Just really a miscommunication
and
with him and Jahmyr
field
Gibbs
goal, but fuck it, we going for the touchdown.
What Gibbs exactly was doing, but here's the first big decision for Dan Campbell. I always like coming away with points on the opening drive on the road against a good opponent. We'll see if this pays off for him.
A lot of movement. Play clock at 3. Goff. There's St. Brown. First catch, a big one.
There you
First
go.
Goal, working against Kyle Hamilton, who made the stop. Jameer
First and
Gibbs
goal.
delivered a great block. And a gain of 7 in a fresh set.
Well, it's good on good. It doesn't get better than this. I'm on St. Brown, and then you got Kyle Hamilton, and just an excellent route, Joe. You talked about it a moment ago, just all the things that he can do. He just doesn't telegraph it. He comes off the line of scrimmage. Hamilton knows the down and distance. He knows what he's going to try to do, the depth, but he still couldn't jump it because he was so disciplined in how he ran the route.
Here's Gibbs. Fighting. And he's going to be brought down at the 1. Second down and goal after Gibbs got 3. And the Lions want to go right back to the line of scrimmage.
Yards,
they want to get right back on the line.
See if they can't catch Baltimore just off a little bit, unable to get a call into the defense.
Gibbs. Touchdown. What a good start for the Lions. The conversion on 4th down. Lamar Jackson will try to answer. And the Lions, who put up 52 on the Bears, have 1 possession. And into the end zone they go.
A lot of Amon-Ra here. Here he is leading the way this time as the lead blocker. An excellent job of just helping kind of seal it. And Khalif Raymond getting up there as well. If you're going to play wide receiver, not only do you have to be able to catch the football in this offense, you better be able to block. And a willing blocker, and all of these Lions receivers are capable of that.
Extra point from Jake Bates.
Detroit Lions.
Low snap.
Ended off with a
kick is good. Jared Goff telling us about St. Brown. There is no 100-catch receiver who blocks like St. Brown. He sealed it off. Gibbs takes it in. On the road, a 7-0 Lions lead.
7-0 Lions lead, man. Baltimore got to come out and strike right back. Chat who y'all got? Detroit or Baltimore? Detroit looking good. Came down, moved the ball first drive, opening drive, touchdown. You know, so we got to see what Lamar and company does on their first drive coming out. King Henry, Lamar Jack, and company. I wonder if LeJohntay will be out here on the kickoff return. I wonder if LeJohntay will be out here for a kickoff.
Laundry day.
200 unread emails.
See you next Sunday.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. This isn't just a restoration, it's a revival. Because you know there's value in making space for your people. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Medella, the mark of a fighter.
The NFL is live in Ireland.
NFL, the mark of a fighter.
Here, our stars come out in the morning. Vikings, Steelers. It's Sunday morning football. Sunday. Oh my God, there's hundreds of them.
We came here from the digital world.
This is the end of mankind.
No, it's not.
Tron Ares, rated PG-13. Get tickets now.
Lamar Jackson, red hot. He's got it. Marquise Brown, a furious comeback. End zone. A 5-touchdown night for Lamar Jackson. 7-0 Lions as we're just underway. Good to hear the voices of Joe Tess and Steve Levy. Glad you're with us tonight. We'll give you the numbers and get into those numbers just a little bit more more when Lamar takes the field here in a second as the Lions went down and scored, and now Bates kicks it away. It landed in the landing zone and goes into the end zone. Pythagoras tells me that means it comes out to the 20. Is that right? Right. I think I'm right. Here are the numbers. Russell York says you're right, dum-dum. 7-2, that's a record. But look at the pass touchdowns, rush touchdowns, and no interceptions.
We've called some of those games and been
Zay
pretty
Flowers,
impressive
King
watching
Henry,
him over the years.
Lamar
What he
Jack.
does under the lights.
Let's
He
get
just
to work.
continues to get better and better, and he's playing with as much
World got
confidence
y'all
right
winning.
now
Let's see.
as I've seen, especially with his ability in the pocket.
They fake it to Derrick Henry, and wide open is Andrews. They want to get him more involved tonight, and Mark, who had 2 catches total over the first 2 games, is good for 19 yards.
Yeah, not a lot of opportunities here the first couple of weeks, but you know it's just a matter of time, and here they open up this third week with a pass to reliable number 89. You know it was a tough offseason for him last year, the way the season ended with him in that playoff loss to Buffalo, but he's one of the all-time great tight ends, no doubt.
He fumbled in that Buffalo game. He dropped a potential 2-point conversion in the end zone. Hutchinson is going to cost the Lions 5.
Mental zone infraction, defense number 97. 5-yard penalty, no first down.
And just to finish on Mark Andrews, after that game, he didn't speak with the media, but he went to Instagram and he said, among other things, he's absolutely gutted by what happened. And then coming into this year, I'm a pro. That's what I do. He's back and talking to John Harbaugh. He said, if you want to know his mindset, watch him block.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting, saying that if his mind wasn't in it, his heart wasn't in it, you wouldn't see him blocking as well as he is. Says he's blocking as good over the first couple of weeks as he has at any time in his career.
I formation. Henry will take the ball with a lead back in front of him and just plow for a first down. Take a look at this offense for Baltimore as they're trying to answer that opening salvo from the Lions.
Oh,
Zay Flowers is their number 1 receiver. We just saw Derrick Henry. We've seen Mark Andrews already. D-Hop is still doing it at 33 years old. DeAndre Hopkins. And the offensive line, that center is outstanding. Tyler Linderbaum, 2-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah, he's one of the best centers in football. And I just think that the organization, Eric DeCosta, has done a great job really putting a lot of good players around Lamar Jackson in recent years.
Again.
Lamar keeps.
Lamar keeps.
Cuts.
Okay.
And slips. But has another first down for the Ravens as he's able to get 12.
Shootout. About to beat
well, you think you got him, but you don't got him because it's Lamar Jackson and Derrick Barnes who puts himself in a perfect position to be able to come up and make a play. He's right there, but then Lamar's able to just cut on a dime and get it going up the field, and he's not the first guy that we've seen Lamar do that to. He won't be the last, not even tonight.
No quarterback in NFL history has rushed for more yards in a career than Lamar Jackson. First down Ravens, quick throw, Andrews again. Kirby Joseph, the all-pro, another chunk of yardage and a gain of 8.
You know what's interesting about that, Joe? You talk about the yardage that he's had running the football. The numbers have actually gone down, over the course of his career, which is, you'd expect that. When you're young, you don't see the defense as well. And then as you mature, you start to recognize read coverages, all of that. But for Lamar, it's those things. And then in addition, he's been surgical in the pocket when he's had time in finding open receivers.
Henry gets it this time, and the Lions step up.
Right there, Lions.
Barnes, who was involved
like
in
1
that
yard
run by Lamar Jackson a moment ago, made that stop. It's 3rd down and 1. Aiden Hutchinson up front is kind of the last man standing. They put Marcus Davenport on IR today. Their linebackers real good with Anzalone and Jack Campbell. Derrick Barnes has been involved tonight, and Brian Branch is just all over the place back there for the Lions.
You know, there are so many good players on both sides of the ball for both these teams. As we take a look at Kelvin Shepard.
There we go.
Easy pickup.
Oh, that's touchdown.
First down.
That's touchdown.
Touchdown.
King Henry.
There is a flag
on
the far side of the field. And this will count.
Outside.
drives. It don't matter. Touchdown, King Henry.
I mean, Derrick Henry just gliding to the end zone. They needed one for a first down. They got 28 for a touchdown.
Roger Rosengarten in the right tackle, number 70. He comes off the ball. He does an outstanding job right there, kind of sealing it. And then there's Mark Andrews. We talked about his blocking as he gets up to the second level. Rosengarten clears things out, and then Mark Andrews is there to help kind of seal to allow Henry then on the edge. It's an outstanding job of execution.
6 plays, 80 yards, 3 minutes and 36 seconds.
Ties the game.
For that drive for Baltimore.
Last week against Cleveland here at home, Derrick Henry, 11 carries, 23 yards. He's already got 36 tonight, including that 28-yard glide to tie it at 7.
Mel has never been exposed to women like us.
To manage and fulfill all your orders in one place. Plus, you get more carrier options at the lowest rates. Sign up at ShipStation.com and get 2 months free with code TV.
I like winning on the field, but it's even more fun winning on Deal Dash.
Lori won $2,000 Tiffany earrings for just $1, and Joseph won an iPad for just $6. There's millions of fast auctions. So try today at DealDash.com for $50 of free credit and your first win guaranteed.
This one goes better with the walls.
This is so much easier than the home improvement store.
There's the measurement fee, delivery fee, restocking fee.
And installation.
Oh, no. That's not my department.
With Empire's Home Floor Advantage, we have clear, all-inclusive pricing. No surprises. And installation is on your schedule.
Call or visit EmpireToday.com and get the home floor advantage.
800-588-2300
Today. How can you make a child smile? Well, let's see. You could tell them a joke, give them a gift, or... A bigger smile takes a little more attention from locally trained surgeons. A little more attention from locally trained surgeons, nurses, and specialists.
First possession, touchdown Lions. First possession for the Ravens.
Both of them scored on their first possession.
Tied 7-7. Fans all wearing watches to help with the presentation tonight and the light show that you'll see from M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore as Luke kicks it away. Sailors again. Full head of steam and knocked down as he crossed the 30. Will go down to Lisa.
Yeah, Joe, well, Derrick Henry said what had been on his mind all week long was the fact that he fumbled in each of his first 2 games of the season and had the 23 rushing yards against the Browns. So for him, he said that he hadn't been playing up to standards. He said he didn't care that the Browns were basically stacking the box and selling out to stop the run. He said it's his job to make something happen no matter what. He said last week was his fault. He'd been replaying it all week in his mind. He could not wait to get out here tonight and break loose.
Yeah, Lisa, as if a man that size, 6'3", 252, needs any more inspiration to go after a team. He is inspired tonight. That was an incomplete pass with pressure by Marlon Humphrey, who came on a blitz. You're saying that was a live ball. That looked like it was forward pass to me.
It looked like it was a forward pass to me as well. You're right. They brought Marlon Humphrey, and as you see, Amon-Ra St. Brown, he comes across. He's going to try to pick that up. But here's a look at whether or not it was live. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that was.
Well, they called that backward, and they moved the ball back. So now it's 2nd and 19 instead of 2nd and 10. I don't agree with that call. Here's Gibbs over the right side, and he was stood up at the line of scrimmage and got to the edge as Mike Green made that play no gain. Let's go back to that first down pass.
Yeah, so Joe, when you look at this pass, it looks like the ball is released right at about the 23-yard line. And then the question is, when it's first touched by a Detroit teammate, and it looks like it's right at the 23-yard line. I think it's slightly forward, but it's too close that they wouldn't have changed it if challenged.
Well, they're not usually calling them that tight on a backwards pass, are they?
No. It was a 9-yard loss. Now it's 3rd down and 19. Lions have to use a silent count. They set up a screen for Gibbs. And he's brought down at the 30, well short of a first down by Teddy Buchanan, a rookie they love.
Yeah, really hard when you're going up against any defense, but especially one as talented as this Ravens group. When you get behind the sticks, you know, after that ruling on first down, then it becomes a field position game. On 3rd down, you're trying to give as much yards as you can to your punter, see if you can't back them up a little bit. But what we've seen from the Ravens on both possessions, the first one the Lions took it down for a touchdown. They're playing a lot of coverage, and they're inviting the Lions to try to run the football against some favorable looks. The Lions haven't had success when they've tried it.
Jack Fox to punt. It's a beauty. Ajante Wester is back. Fields.
That is Ajante.
And gets hit hard. It's a 54-yard punt, 11-yard return. And Sione Vaki made that stop. Downtown Baltimore, Maryland, in a 7-7 game on a Monday night.
7-7.
With Prime Big Deal Days coming October 7th and 8th, greatness is a deal
Detroit
away.
did not get no points on their second drive of the game. This is Baltimore's second drive, so let's
Shop
see what
deals
they
up
do.
to 40% off this Prime Big Deal Days.
Whoa, it's the Capital One Bank guy.
do.
That's me. Could we get a selfie? Of course. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account. Ooh, that's a keeper.
So, what do you do outside of the Capital One Cafe?
What do you mean?
Like when you go home or...
Sleep tight. Don't let the overdraft fees bite. What's in your wallet?
Great news, Jeremy in sales. Selling the AI sales agent.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's following up leads 23% faster.
Jeremy. Great. So I can tell the board that the company is more productive.
Oh, no. I wish. But you can tell them Jeremy in sales is following up from leads 23% faster. Oh, Jeremy.
Oh, Jeremy.
Any business can use AI. IBM helps you use AI to change how you do business. Let's create smarter business. IBM.
Michelin innovates on the road and far beyond by manufacturing prosthetic leg belts that allow for greater flexibility of movement. Michelin, motion for life.
This right here, ESPN Bet, this is the sports book that gives fans the tools they need. Like stats at your fingertips while you bet. Just the thing to line up that perfect parlay. One expert picks. Oh yeah, we got those too. That guy's got some good points. Whatever kind of fan you are, ESPN Bet's got you covered. With everything you need to bet smarter and score more from the game. ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. And right now, get $100 in bonus bets when you make
it. Not like that type of music anymore, or is like not enough bad stuff happening where you're like, you know what, hold on, I'm about to make a depressive but electric hit. Doing this Blink-182, which may have some of the best ad-libs of all time. You just go to the end of this song right here, it's like the layers they put in that joint, it's like angelic. Exactly, suffocation, no breathing. I need y'all to get back in that little suicidal bag, you know what I'm saying?
Jahmyr Gibbs, the Lions top back, get it going fast, and we'll show you some of the numbers that we can put to how they get rolling. And the ball snapped. High formation behind Jackson, who keeps and finds Kohler. So here are the top two guys in the NFL with regard to speed getting to the line of scrimmage. Gibbs on the left, He's the fastest in the league. He gets up to 11.5 miles per hour when he hits the line of scrimmage, and just behind him is the big body of Derrick Henry.
And one's 200 pounds and Gibbs, and Henry's 250 pounds.
Well, he didn't get rolling this time.
He
got
get rolling
stopped.
right there. That's for damn
gain
sure.
Jack Campbell in on the stop, and here is Derrick Henry on that carry for the touchdown on a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, you get a guy that big with that kind of speed, you know,
That
you don't
bitch
see
ran
him
18 miles per hour,
very
top
many
speed.
times from behind.
That touchdown
and
run.
it's a lethal combination
Big,
as we've seen throughout his career
big
and the
moving
durability that
motherfucker.
he has shown. And you know what's remarkable, Joe, as much as he's been the bell cow for so many years in the league, he just has a little over 50% of the carries that Emmitt Smith had in his career. So it kind of gives you an idea as how durable Emmitt Smith was. He missed just 4 games in the 13 years with the Cowboys. Pretty impressive.
3rd and 3, and this one for Justice Hill is incomplete. If you caught it, but Lamar's frustrated that he missed Hill on that throw. It's 4th down and a punt upcoming, but Derrick Henry was at 11.
Both teams punt on their second drive of the game.
Touchdown.
Well, and like I said, at 250 pounds, there's not a linebacker for the Lions that weighs 250 pounds. And so he's bigger than those guys that are mostly trying to tackle him. You got to get him at the line of scrimmage. It's happened a few times tonight, but that's the key.
Here's Khalif Raymond, who fielded the punt inside his 5. There's a flag down on the play. And Raymond just should have let it go into the end zone. TJ Tampa made the tackle. It was a 63-yard punt. And a flag was thrown early.
During the kick. Holding. Receiving team number 4. After this to the goal.
Well, back him up a little more.
That's going to take the ball inside the 5. So Jared Goff and company back to work. Teams traded touchdowns.
Start off within the 5.
Traded 3 and outs. 3rd possession for number 16.
3rd possession for Detroit coming up right after the break.
All right. Same thing?
Yup. This is our year.
You know, if getting AT&T's best deal on the new iPhone 17 Pro without needing the most expensive plan taught me anything, it's that switching things up can be a good call. So how about we try something that's timeless?
Oh yeah, good call. Ooh. Get the all-new iPhone 17 Pro on us. Designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet. Most expensive plan not required.
Miller Time started in 1975, and the clock's still ticking. A light beer that tastes like a beer. Now that's legendary. Here's to another 50 years of Miller Time.
Now that I've reevaluated my benefits and savings with Voya, I'm feeling great. How's your retirement plan going?
Oh, I've been ignoring it and hoping for the best. Come on, good retirement.
Don't just hope for a strong future, plan for one with Voya. Plan, invest, protect.
The new Crafted Flats from Pizza Hut. 5 handcrafted recipes with more toppings, all for you. There's no reason not to get one, or all 5. Try the all-new Crafted Flats starting at $5 each, only from Pizza Hut.
Hey, welcome back to what should be a thrilling second half. Absolutely electric tonight.
Wait! Go, go, go!
What?
Next week, we'll bring you a Monday Night Football doubleheader at 7 Eastern on ESPN, Jets and Dolphins. And then an hour later at 8 o'clock Eastern on ABC, the Cincinnati Bengals coming off a rough one against the Vikings, taking on the Denver Broncos, who have had 2 real tough losses to swallow in weeks 2 and 3. Both games will be available on the all-new ESPN app.
So early in the season, you know, there's a lot of football left to be played, but there's also a lot of angst for some of these teams. It's got a little urgency as we go into week 4.
There's urgency here for the Lions, starting at their 1.5.
Starting at the 1.5.
They start with their
That's
bigger
nasty,
back
right?
of the two. That's David Montgomery, who's able to push the pile forward, and he gets 4. Tavius Robinson was in there with help on the stop.
Well, that's a good job. I mean, that's a good sign. I know coming into this game, we talked about the young guards that the Lions have, and Christian Mahogany at left guard, and then Tate Radledge, the rookie at right guard, and how they handled week 1, it was a struggle. And last week was good at home, but here's another test on the road. Ravens knew what they were going to do there on first down. They got pretty good movement.
Flag on the play as Montgomery is wrapped up in the backfield. That play is made by John Jenkins. He's been doing it a long time, 13 years. Here's the call from Bill Vinovich.
Illegal formation. Offense. The tight end was covered up by the wide receiver. The penalties declined. Result of the play, third down.
Take the result of the play, a loss of 1, and that brings up third and long.
Yeah, and they were able to decline the play because of the job by John Jenkins right in the middle. Glasgow, who was the starter at left guard last year, moves to center this year, and Jenkins just tosses him aside and is able to make the play for the 1-yard loss.
Frank Ragnow, the 4-time Pro Bowl center, retired in June, so they slide Glasgow over. It's third down and 7. Goff protected, and he finds his tight end Laporta. A drive that started at the 1.5, and Sam Laporta has his 10th catch of the season, first of the night, good for 10.
Yeah, Malachi Starks, another rookie. He's number 24 for the Ravens, who's assigned Laporta in man coverage to try to guard him. Laporta comes in, maybe gets a little bit of a push at the top of that route, creating some separation, but there was no question. Once Goff sees the coverage, knowing that he had Laporta up against the rookie safety.
That's it for quarter number 1
first
here at M&T Bank Stadium. 7-7 game
Shit.
first down for the Lions.
7-7.
Outside their 15 when we come back here at the end of week 3.
End of the first, 7-7. They both scored on their first drive. Both punted on their second drive.
You see collectibles. I see years of blood, sweat, and tears
Type shit.
in one
Type
single
shit.
moment. So step on the court. Make every play count. Ball over everything.
Rated everyone.
Week 4 of the NFL season kicks off with. But who you go with? We're customer owned, and we look after what matters most here. Together.
Yeah, I just happened to look over. I wasn't.
We were made for Huli. Made to bring her joy. Because when a scary tumor threatened her story, we became her magic. Every nut and bolt became special. Each hand and tool dedicated to one quest. Erasing that tumor and keeping her story alive. Because we were made for Hulu.
This is some wild shit.
Look, if you're an
I should've
executive,
just let it
this
rock,
shirt is a
though.
must-have in your closet. I was tired of
Just
floppy collars and
word.
shirts with sweat stains, so I got this shirt I saw on TV, and now I don't have to worry. I got it shipped in no time, and I switched from regular polos to this immediately. The brand is called Collars & Co. They make a regular stretchy golf shirt, but the top has a firm collar on it. I got rid of so many problems by upgrading to this. No dry cleaning needed anymore. I'm free from uncomfortable long sleeves, and the collars stay stiff all day. Get 20% off today using code TV at collarsandco.com.
My name is Whitney Allen.
he doesn't have what he wants down the field. He comes down immediately, checks it down to Montgomery, and then he makes Roquan Smith miss. And then Sam Laporta, he's out there making a key block. So this has been a successful drive already, just getting the ball off their own goal line.
Play action from Goff.
Go.
And a nice pickup on first down. He doesn't do it a lot. Only 5 rush yards through the first 2 games. He gets 5 here.
Yeah, he's got enough. He can get out of danger every now and then. But, there was always this conversation about Jared Goff that when he had pressure that he didn't handle it very well. And he probably didn't real early in his career when he was with the Rams. He handles the pressure just fine as long as he doesn't have to move off his spot. But when you get him off the spot with pressure, that's when he hasn't been quite as effective.
Both backs in the game. Gibbs, nowhere to go. Marlon Humphrey got through. Malachi Starks forced him out. And a loss of 3 on the play as that thing was blown up by this Ravens defense.
Well, Marlon Humphrey, this guy's been doing it a long time. And for him to be one of the better cover guys and then come up and do what he does in the run game, you see that from both sides, whether it's the Lions DBs or the Ravens DBs. These guys are pure football players. Tip my hat to these personnel people that bring these type guys in, but Marlon's been playing at that level for a long time.
3rd down and 8. Goff slings it. Laporta, first down.
Laporta.
That is back-to-back 3rd downs. He's found Sam Laporta, who was a Pro Bowler in his rookie year last year, tapered off a little, gets 14 here.
Well, when you show these looks, as the Ravens are doing, they try to disguise things, they bring them up. You're going to see they turn and try to run underneath things, and they just don't know exactly where their landmarks are. So when you come off the ball, Sam Laporta, just go where they're not. And you see that open space and the chemistry that he has with Goff. Pretty easy connection.
Lions moving the football, keeping Lamar Jackson off the field. On first down, Montgomery. Boy, this defensive front that is playing without one of the best defenders, not just on the Ravens, but in the league, in Nnamdi Madubuike, has done a nice job up front in the run game.
They really have. And then without Kyle Van Noy, another Pro Bowl player, led the team in sacks last week. So Zach Moore, the defensive coordinator, he's got his hands full tonight, trying to come up with ways to slow down this offense. But he's changed what they do a little bit. Remember Wink Martindale? Heck, they brought everything in the kitchen sink, and then even with Mike McDonald, they were more aggressive. This defense is not as much a blitzing defense as they've been in the past.
Okay.
Here's a good carry by Montgomery. Strong run.
Nice shit.
He's about a half-yard short of a first down. The former 3rd-round pick by the Bears came as an unrestricted free agent to the Lions, and he and Gibbs make the best tandem in the league.
You know, Sam Laporta, as I watched him this week, I think he's a very underrated blocker. I mean, he's one of the best tight ends catching the football, but he gets in there and he mixes it up. And I talked to Dan Campbell about it this week, and he said that's the area where he's improved the most, and he has no reservations of having him block a defensive end one-on-one.
Here's Gibbs. He's got the first down.
Got it. First down.
So the drive will continue. And Sam Laporta is on that long list of Iowa tight ends that have come into the National Football League and just been outstanding.
Yeah, whatever's in the water there, boy, they're raising them some good tight ends. There's no doubt about
Look
that.
At you going country. Raising them some good tight ends, baby.
You know, this drive is demoralizing right now for a defense. You got them backed up on their own 2-yard line to start this drive. And like I said, the first down made it a win.
1.5, to be honest.
Offense, but here they're still rolling.
Good protection for Goff. Flag on the play in the secondary, and Gibbs is forced out with a gain of 9.
I think the Henrietta in me was coming out there, Joe.
Kittle's on that list. Dallas Clark, who had a great career, is on that list. T.J. Hawkinson.
Defense number 14. Penalties decline.
Noah Fant.
Result of the play, 2nd down.
Goes on and on and on, and they called it against Kyle Hamilton, Mr. All-World for the Ravens, as he was working on Laporta.
This guy, Kyle Hamilton, I know everyone knows how good he is. You can't watch the Ravens play and have a broadcaster not highlight Kyle Hamilton and all that he does. with that said, I still don't know if he gets the credit he deserves. He is some kind of football player.
First down carry by Montgomery, and he almost broke it. A gain of 8. Well, they just keep coming at you because they can rotate these backs. And Montgomery can do, he's not the same back as Gibbs. They're different types.
They are, but on 3rd and 1, who'd they give the ball to? Jahmyr Gibbs. You get labeled in this league, and I get it, that Montgomery's more of the between the tackles physical runner, which he is.
44.
But Jahmyr Gibbs, he's a tough runner as well. So that's a heck of a 1-2 punch that they have, and it's been nice to see Montgomery do what he's done since coming from Chicago to Detroit.
Haven't called his name tonight, Roquan Smith.
They called it a lot last week.
Yeah. He had an all-world game.
There you go. There you go.
Here is Montgomery getting again.
Coming in like, yeah.
Gibbs and Montgomery have done special things.
This is going crazy.
Since 2023, and their combined rush TDs, the most by any teammates across the NFL. Gibbs has a touchdown tonight. And they are easily the best duo around the National Football League. Each has had over 1,000 scrimmage yards and 10-plus touchdowns each of the last 2 years. And they're the first duo that can say that in NFL history. First down Lions. Inside the 20, here's Gibbs. Trying to get to the edge, and they've done a nice job on Gibbs so far. Mike Green, who is going to get more work with the injury to Van Noy, just a gain of 1.
You know, we talked about these 2 young guards and the struggles they had week 1, and this play here, you see Mahogany, he leads up on the double team, gets to the second level, seals off Roquan Smith. Tate Ratledge, he did just as well on the other side, and those guys are settled in, and I know that was a real key for Johnny Morton coming in, trying to let them settle in, and I believe they have.
Gibbs picking his way, and about a yard and a half short of a first down as Malachi Starks, the rookie, made the stop.
Well, again, another look with Tate Ratledge and then Graham Glasgow up front. This double team right here between the center and guard. They work to the 3 technique, and then as they move up, they get to the linebacker level, and it's just an outstanding job. These guys are, I mean, this is a tough front. Now, you mentioned it, Joe. They're without Matabike, and you can't overstate how big of a loss that is for this Ravens group.
It's 3rd down and 1. St. Brown in the backfield, and Goff just takes it and gets it. I mean, this is going to be a 9-plus minute drive.
Damn.
And
they had the
ball
ball
started inside their own 2, and now they've got a 1st and goal with the ball sitting at the 9.
Yeah, this is the signature drive of the 3 games. You know, when you look at it, and there's nothing that feels better. There's Nnamdi Matabike, who's not in uniform tonight. Not sure exactly when he might be back, but what a big loss that is for this Ravens defense.
Yeah, they're kind of concerned about that neck injury. Here Gibbs, perfect throw.
Oh, my God.
And just short of the end
they
zone.
Just shredded
His knee may have been down. When
this
he got to the goal line, that's the call on the field, and they got it right.
Yep, good call by the officials. Nice job by Jahmyr Gibbs as he comes out of the backfield. It's a little quick on the angle. He doesn't quite get straight up the field, but he just saw that he had open grass. And down there tight, he was going to give Goff a place to go with the football immediately. And that's the other part of this that Jahmyr Gibbs gives you. I talked about his toughness inside, but him as a receiver, just another element.
Montgomery back there with Goff on 2nd and goal. Montgomery gets it.
There we go.
And no call. They're saying he's short.
What?
Now the other official says touchdown. The near official said he didn't get it. The far official came in and calls touchdown. And let's just make sure. What a drive that was. And he's in.
That's as good as it gets. I mean, it's good no matter who you're playing, but when you're playing on the road against this Ravens defense, 98 yards, that's pretty impressive. That's a good call. You see the ball in the left arm, and Sam Laporta, he leads the way. And then you got St. Brown. He's helping try to make a block as well. That is one great drive.
They go 98 and a half yards and a drive that took over 9 minutes.
Please reset the game clock to 5:55, please.
And if you don't want Lamar Jackson to beat you, let him sit on the sideline.
Well, that's one way, and I think another thing, Joe, is I think we can stop talking about these two young offensive guards. I think you go 98 yards against the Ravens, and you run the football the way they did, and I think they've settled in, and they're good to go.
Bates for the extra point. Seven-point lead. I keep underselling that drive. 10 minutes and 48 seconds.
10 minutes.
Wow. Couple of big third down throws from Goff to Laporta to help get him down there.
What the
Montgomery
fuck?
takes it in. 7-point lead, Lions.
Let's talk about innovation.
I'll take it
But there's three defensive players that ain't there for Baltimore.
Fireball Blazing Apple. Who did it? New Fireball Blazing Apple, mankind's greatest innovation.
To learn how to be in a T-Mobile iPhone commercial, Jeff Bridges moved in with Zoe Saldana. But mostly, they just played with the new iPhone 17 Pro. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us. Plus, save up to 20%. Check the math.
All right, team, let's review. USAA membership is open to...
My dad is a veteran who joined, so my mom can join.
That's right, Haley.
Same here, which means I can join too. Which means I joined thanks to my
Oh,
grandpa.
God.
I joined and passed membership to my mom.
They just walked them down like a fucking dog, dude.
It's complicated.
That means no.
Walked them down and stood over them.
USAA. Become a member today.
The Colonel believed his KFC chicken sandwich should be huge on flavor. Tender chicken, crisp pickles, but with a tiny $3.99 price. Oh, that crumb looks giant next to that tiny
All these 7-footers they got on the team.
So we could chicken. The $3.99 KFC chicken sandwich.
I love that the NFL brings families together. They all get together.
Jeff
watch
Green,
games together.
he ain't 7'1".
Unmatched.
They clowning.
To me, family means everything.
None of these niggas got 7 foot. None of these niggas 7 foot. I hate fucking basketball forever. Look, all these Clint. Look. 72. Oh my God. Look.
Take a look at this combination of Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery.
Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, most games with rush by TDs. Most rush TDs by teammates.
That way, over 4 guys, pairs of teammates, all 4 guys in the Hall of Fame are Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery.
I think you look at this roster, Joe, it's just, whether it's those two or other positions, I just think what Brad Holmes has done with the depth on this football team is as impressive as anything.
Here is Rasheen Ali.
Rasheen Ali?
And the got him and brought him down and saved a touchdown.
Saved the touchdown. Shit.
That was a touchdown-saving tackle. Let's send it down to Laura.
Well, Troy talked a lot about this offensive line for the Detroit Lions, and specifically the young guards in Tate Ratledge and Graham Glasgow. They're over on the sideline getting some oxygen. They're a little winded after that long drive, 9 minutes, over 9 minutes.
Detroit just had the ball for 10 minutes, 11 minutes.
I've ever had in my life. He was shaking the sweat.
Started at the 1.5-yard line. They 1.5 yard, 1.5.
I mean, that's the longest drive of Goff's career.
They took the air out the building with that last drive.
98.5 yards. I don't think the field's much longer than that.
Well, you called a big third down throw to get that drive going, when they were backed up. 13 runs on that 18-play drive. And, it's not that they're just rattling off a lot of big runs, but, that's what you've got to do. You got to stick with it. So John Morton, the offensive coordinator, really good job of continuing to pound the football, mixing the passing game. That was a thing of beauty.
Second down and 6. We'll give you that tackle by the kicker, Jake Bates, that saved a touchdown. Here's Jackson taken off, and he is wrestled to the ground by Barnes. Derek Barnes with a strong tackle, no gain. And here's the tackle by the kicker, Jake Bates. And if it wasn't him, it was a kick return for a touchdown.
Yeah, you know, his eyes had to be like saucers when he...
Jake Bates got low.
Hey,
let me
He did
your
that.
ass down. Say this
whatever it
touchdown.
takes. Get him on the ground.
Hell yeah.
But he's a former brick salesman in Houston.
You said former brick salesman? Like you was selling them things?
Say what he might have been doing with them bricks on that last play.
Them bricks.
Boy, it was on the
What
block.
happened to you? Third down and 6. Jackson gets out of there and now fires. He's got Bateman for a first down. What a play by Lamar Jackson, extending it, forcing these cover guys to stick on their receivers, and that's good for 10.
Well, that's just it, Joe. They're locked up. Here they come, so it's man-to-man. There's nobody in the middle of the field, and as a defender, I mean, you're sitting there going,
Yes,
man,
sir.
the ball's
Yes,
gotta
sir.
come out, and Lamar, he's able to throw that thing perfectly.
Wow.
Lamar
Jackson has the #1 passer rating of all time. Play action, and now this is a shot for Walker, setting up first and goal.
Hell yeah. First and goal. First and goal, my
Devontae
boy.
Walker in his second year, good for 33.
Well, again, it's a 5-man rush, so you're putting these corners out there on an island. You got Walker, who then, with his speed, is coming off the ball, and Terrion Arnold, I mean, he knows what he's up against. He knows this guy can just flat run by him, and so he, with the speed coming off the line of scrimmage, he gets Arnold turned around.
Here is Henry. He is to the 1.
King Henry.
I mean, Devontae Walker came in tonight with 2 catches for 2 touchdowns, 3 catches in his career for 3 touchdowns. 4th-round pick from North Carolina, and he almost got number 4 of his career on that one.
Yeah, he's already made some plays with the couple touchdowns you talk about, and he's going to be a special player. When you have a guy like him with that kind of speed, there's so much you get to do with him.
Henry. They stopped him. No gain on the play, and you see the frustration on Lamar Jackson's face. And it's 3rd and goal.
Give it to King
They're
Henry.
trying to go up tempo. When they've had the big play, they did it on their opening drive possession for a touchdown. They've gotten to the line quickly. Sometimes that's good, and sometimes when you rush, you get the offensive lineman not quite dug in, ready for the ball to be snapped, and they don't come off in sequence.
It's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. And it'll be 3rd down and goal when we come back. A little frustration for the Ravens as they get down there. But now we'll face a 3rd and goal from the 1. Fun first half here at M&T Bank Stadium. Lions leading by 7. Ravens knocking on the door.
Yes.
Hours, so I get to sit for a while. No.
No,
Can in my van and a song comes on.
2-minute warning.
So like when I take my work van to the car wash, and it's all quiet in that tunnel for like 5 minutes. No, it's like when you go away and you take pictures and.
Oh shit! Look. Boom! He said. They say Blood was an all-state strong safety in high school. Chat! Oh my God!
Go to 4patriots.com to claim
hold on, chat. I gotta show y'all this.
This inspired me and my partner Spencer
Chat, they said bruh was They said bruh was all safety.
Who's leaving home?
They said bruh was all safety in high school.
Bro, I'm motherfucking back. Let me talk to my lady.
My motherfucking back. Chat, they said he was all state.
You with them. Learn more at USO.org today.
All state strong safety. Strong safety.
They don't hold up, especially to a hard physical job. Over the course of the day, Mando holds up, keeps me fresh all day long. I wanted something that worked.
There he is. Man, his back hit that damn. Then you gotta think his hands and wrist and all that shit back there. Oh my god, that shit. I know he broke some. That wrist gotta be broke from something. Jay. He hit that bitch, boy.
Just like this.
The Ravens hurry.
Okay, we back, chat. We back.
Costa Henry.
King Henry ain't get it. They stopped him.
Was in there on the
Give it back to him, man. Fourth down. Go. Give it to him, man. Give it to him again.
The offense will stay out there for John Harbaugh.
Fuck yeah.
Wow, that's such a great job by Zach Cunningham, just filling it and not giving Derrick Henry an opportunity.
They hurry again to the line. Loss of one on that play. 4th and goal. Lamar keeps. And is in trouble.
Oh!
And it's Detroit's ball. Jack Campbell made that play. And what a job by Kelvin Shepherd's Lions defense. Bates saved the touchdown.
Detroit, like, nigga, the world is against us. It's Detroit versus everybody, nigga. What y'all talking about? I seen all the picks. Ain't nobody picked us to win this game but Skip Bayless.
Knocked it out. Lions take over.
Only nigga picked them to win this game was Skip.
McDonald's is putting value back on the menu, which means make it a meal and save. Extra value meals are back. So now get a Big Mac meal for $8.
Hey. What you got to say?
We got now.
You know what you got to fucking say.
Play for an ultra?
Racing for an ultra?
Don't forget, there's ultras on the line. I didn't.
Michelob Ultra. Superior like thee. Rated everywhere.
Yo, that's big. The game guys looking like cheat code.
That's no cheat code, baby. That's a mirror. Years of NFL data. Your play calls, your game.
You know what? Let's get it.
You fumbled your own fade.
Madden NFL 26, built from Sundays. With the first pick, I'm taking the MVP of finances, SoFi Plus.
I thought I was the MVP.
Do you earn me $1,000 plus in annual value across banking, borrowing, investing, and more?
With my pick, I'm also taking SoFi Plus.
Have you seen my QBR?
Have you seen SoFi Bank's highest savings APY?
It can't even play in the snow. You could turn your financial fantasy into reality. Get SoFi Plus, the MVP for your finances. SoFi, get your money right.
No, I don't want to look.
Erica, used car shopping doesn't have to be scary.
Show me Carfax.
Knowing how a car's accident history impacts price means you don't have to overpay. No fear, just Fox. Say, show me at Carfax.com.
You know, I mentioned how fast the Ravens were breaking the huddle to get to the line of scrimmage. They thought they would give them an advantage, but you see how quickly the Lions get lined up. They did that on 3rd down. They did it on 4th down. They've done it a few times.
Damn, Daniel.
In this ball game, but the Lions just showed tremendous discipline
Shit,
of
he
being
fumbled.
prepared and then
4th down.
executing. And on that one, Lamar Jackson, he had no opportunity. There was nobody open, no separation. And then there's the game-saving, or excuse me, the touchdown-saving tackle by Bates. Awfully good job by everybody. Special teams, defense, really good stuff.
Not only did the Ravens not score, but they lost 18 yards on that fumble by Lamar Jackson. And the ball is at the 20. What a play by Jack Campbell. Goff spins out and cannot connect with Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, Jack Campbell, I agree, Joe. Such a good play by him in his third year. Another Iowa player talking about Iowa.
Defense over 44. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And that's a penalty on Marlon Humphrey, so that's going to give the Lions another set of downs. But, yeah, this defense, you know, we talked a lot about the loss of Ben Johnson on the offense. But then Aaron Glenn goes to the New York Jets as a head coach. Kelvin Shepard, what an impressive guy he is. As we take a look at that penalty on Humphrey. But he's got this group playing pretty good football.
On first down, Goff. Out to his left, just throws it away. Minute 12 left, 3 timeouts
Throw it away.
for Detroit.
We about to go into halftime. Detroit up by a touchdown, maybe 2, maybe 10.
This combination and the job up front.
Figure this out though.
Yeah, as I mentioned, you try to get them settled in as best you can. Part of that is not making them hold their stance too long, letting them come off the ball, some of the calls and the runs and things of that nature. But that's a pretty good tandem between those two guys. And the strength has always been this offensive line. The offense in general runs through them. When they're doing their job, everything else flows.
Quick throw, blitz was on, and Odafe Owe got through. It's a forward pass. They're letting it play on. And the officials are looking at each other. They're told to let it play, but that sure looked like a forward pass.
If that's not, then I don't know what a forward pass is.
No, this one will definitely be a forward pass. They'll bring this one back.
All right. After replay assist, it's an incomplete pass. Third down.
And Owe with a hit on Goff. They brought Roquan Smith on a blitz. And that offensive...
You can make the argument, Russell, that was helmet to helmet.
It was close to helmet, but he stayed a little low. I'm not surprised they didn't call it.
Third down and 10 with the ball sitting at the 25. Amon-Ra St. Brown, well played by the Ravens. And the Lions do nothing with the ball. Nate Wiggins made that stop.
On top of him.
And the clock will stop with 1:05 remaining as the Ravens will take a timeout. No gain on that play. Stay tuned for the All-State halftime. SVP, Ryan Clark, Jason Kelsey. First half takeaways from our game, and Boomer as his fastest 3 minutes on what was just a crazy day yesterday around the NFL. 9 defensive or special teams touchdowns this week, most in 5 years. Almost had one tonight, if not for Jake Bates, as Jack Fox will punt it. Wester waiting for it. Flag is down. Wester on the return, and he gets dropped after he crossed the 40.
A little ball right there.
Holding. Kicking team number 15. That 10-yard penalty be added at the end of the run. First down. Timeout.
They get Grant Stewart with a hold, and it'll be great field position for the Ravens. 56 seconds left.
6 seconds left.
Timeouts.
Hey, before I bro, he did say there's a lot of breaks. Bro, it's a lot of fucking breaks. What? Fuck.
This right here, ESPN Bet. This is the sportsbook made for sports fans. The fans who never miss a snap. You can track every bet while you watch ESPN. Get it cooked in fantasy? Oh, let's go!
Detroit look like they about to take this, man.
You can still walk away with a W.
Detroit looking like they about to take this game.
ESPN Bet's got you covered. With everything you need to get smarter and score more from the game.
Again.
And right now, get $100 in bonus bets.
One more time. They say he
My heart has 2 chambers.
They say Blood played strong safety, all state in high school.
All month, enter for a chance to win hard cash.
Bro, I'm motherfucking bad. What are you talking about, lady?
Hurt like her now right there. What the fuck? Chat. They said blood played all strong safety. They all state high school.
Our story was over.
Mr. Grabber.
This place. You brought us here for a reason.
What do you
crying.
think happens when you die?
Rated R. Only in theaters October 17th.
In 1939, the first NFL game hit the airwaves, and America's passion for football changed forever. From plays that turned floorboards into stomping grounds, to explosive breakaways that blow the roof off. We don't just watch football, we feel every second.
After this go off, I'm gonna stream Raw, the episode from Raw.
Provider of the NFL.
Give you a look at the hold by Stewart as he grabbed Jake Hummel, who was coming through. Hummel blocked a punt against the Browns last week.
Yeah, I think you would have had a second one tonight if Stewart doesn't come over and tackle him. Although Russell Yerk doesn't seem to think he did anything wrong.
Breakfield.
After the return of the penalty, the punt nets just 24 yards. So starting in Lions territory,
Go.
Jackson, there he goes. First down and out of bounds.
I need to score before
Timeouts left,
48 seconds
on the clock, and a first down.
2 timeouts, so y'all
The
good.
Ravens, who came up empty the last time they were down close.
Well, just take a look. Everybody's in man coverage, so they have their back to the quarterback, and that's that's the weakness of a man coverage defense. And when you're facing Lamar Jackson, it doesn't even matter if you have a spy on him, which they don't. He's not going to be as fast as Lamar is. So,
Hell no.
Kelvin Shepard, he's sticking to
Hell
kind of
no.
their DNA, and that is play physical man coverage. But Lamar Jackson able to get a nice play.
On first down, Jackson
got it. Ooh.
ducking around in a pocket, and now out to his right, he finds his running back, Justice Hill.
Almost got
And
sacked
Hill
2 or
with a
3
nice
times
gain
right there.
as Lamar Jackson, he can extend a play better than anybody in the NFL. That was a gain of 4.
Yeah, and it's just hold on if you're back there in the secondary. And, that's the challenge for Kelvin Shepard. Again, first-time defensive coordinator, very impressive guy in visiting with him. He's been with the organization for the last several years with Dan Campbell. He learned under Aaron Glenn. Says Steve Spagnuolo is the guy who's influenced him the most. But whether it's him or Aaron Glenn, he learned from 2 aggressive defensive coaches.
Second down and 6. Sideline, Hopkins.
Okay, Hop.
Catch is made.
Sideline catch.
And a 13-yard completion for a first down.
Well, he does such a great job. Once he gets to the sidelines, he just stood there. A lot of younger receivers will take off running and not knowing exactly what their quarterback might be thinking. Hopkins got over to the sidelines. He just stopped and then waited for Lamar to find him and made what is pretty routine for him.
Jackson,
another one.
end zone.
Flag.
Contact and a flag.
Yeah.
Hopkins.
Yeah, talk your shit, Hop. Talk your shit, Hop. They can't hold you for real. Can't hold me for real, boy.
Yeah, I'd like to take a look and see.
Pass interference. Defense number 6. Front foul. Automatic first down.
There was no question where Lamar, there's the grab. I think it's a good call. There was
great
no
call.
question where Lamar
2 grabs,
was going
front
with the
and back.
football. Hopkins was out there, one-on-one. Now, it was a line drive. He could have laid it up and maybe given him more of an opportunity.
Terrell Arnold.
There's a look at the defensive pass
Can't hold
interference
that, boy.
last year. It's been a tough start this year as well. But the Ravens have an opportunity here with 27 seconds to score. They get the ball again to start the second half, so they get a chance to double up.
I said they need to score right here.
It's
But if
first
not,
down
they
and
still
goal.
come out and
First and goal.
try
They
to
got a
game
couple
up, come out the
timeouts.
second half. So
Baltimore
let's
does.
score right
So
here,
they,
come out,
they,
shit,
they
go up.
got the whole
Come out the
playbook.
second half.
Play action.
Touchdown.
And touchdown Ravens. Bateman.
Shot Bateman. Dude, that like it was effortless. Effortless.
Looked like that play was going to the right, and Lamar Jackson threw back to his left.
Yeah, it was totally designed, Joe. You're exactly right. That Lamar Jackson's going to show like he's going to sprint out to his right, and then Rashad Bateman is going to come here and then back out. So the whole thing was designed with Zay Flowers then in behind that.
That boy threw that so effortless, chat.
Flowing, come back to Bateman for the touchdown.
Rashad Bateman wide open.
Nice block on Aiden Hutchinson.
It's been a great game. I ain't gonna lie. Good defense, good offense, possessions. Like,
and retired.
24 seconds
Ravens
left.
take advantage of the short field. They started at the Lions 49, and they go 49 yards in 32
Let's see if Goff could put a drive in 24 seconds. I believe him. I got faith.
Halftime's
we're
coming.
gonna be 40 minutes away from the
Jason
D.
Kelsey, hopefully he got his wind back.
It's a chin strap, not a
Jason Kelsey in the band?
How is he breathing?
Man, quit fucking around, bro. This nigga doing all type of shit, ain't he? It's not even the Eagles.
Jason, you can't say no.
Yeah, sometimes you got to remind guys, you know.
Good for him. They're looking for him. They're missing. I don't know what kind of sacks that was. Somebody let the internet.
I play saxophone.
I'll crowdsource for what that was. There's Stanford Steve. Those two just chopping it up down there.
Chopping it up, yeah, just talking ball.
Talking ball. Like he did on the porch in Henrietta. Lions do have 3 timeouts if dangerous Dan Campbell wants to get frisky here at the end of the half.
Yeah, we'll have to see what this return might look like.
It's Raymond.
Get back, Detroit. Come on. He almost broke that. He almost broke. Almost broke for one.
Monday Night Lights. These two guys look
broke
fine on Monday nights. They're their career numbers. Each guy 7-2. Here are the numbers tonight. I mean, identical.
And they got the same yards, 123 yards total right now.
For the 2 starting quarterbacks.
Mark got 1 touchdown.
Yeah, both these quarterbacks tonight have had excellent first halves.
Only had 4 total incomplete passes between the 2 quarterbacks.
Damn, that's great. Only 4 total incomplete passes between the 2 quarterbacks. They on point.
Goff.
Yep,
he just returned that kick.
5 on that.
Raymond, a gain of 4.
4.
And a timeout is taken by Detroit. So Dan Campbell is putting the pedal down as we'll welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Joe Buck and new Henrietta Aikman over here to my right. We thought this would be a good game coming in, and it has not disappointed at all. Both teams really impressive tonight.
Yeah, they've been good. But it did remind me, one year I thought the Super Bowl was going to be played in Henrietta, but that's a whole nother story. So this first half has lived up to what we thought it would be coming into this game. It's a big game for both these teams. We talked about it being a measuring stick, and in a lot of ways it is, although they've shown me enough that
Goff could put something to get them in field goal range. They need it. They don't get the ball.
The last several other years, they're going to be right there.
Baltimore start with the ball.
It's all said and done.
It'll be nice to
Second down and 6. Backpedaling, Amon-Ra St. Brown makes the catch. And boy, is he swarmed by the secondary of the Ravens. TJ Tampa, who's a young corner they like. They're playing again without Jair Alexander, who they signed after many years in Green Bay. And they figured that after knee surgery and then missing a few weeks, he missed 3 in August and September. He just wasn't ready. They hope next week, when they have a date with the Kansas City Chiefs, he'll be ready to go. They're at KC next Sunday.
Marlon Humphrey, talking about guys being a little banged up on that last play. He got up and he came into the game with a groin. He was questionable throughout the week with a groin injury. I'm not sure if that was maybe re-aggravated or a knee or an ankle or something, but they took him out.
7 seconds left. It's 3rd down and 3. With 1 timeout. And now defensively, the Ravens take a timeout.
Long as possible.
So pretty good by this Ravens defense, especially up front without Matabike. Talk about college football upcoming. 7 o'clock Friday on ESPN. Number 8 Florida State against Virginia. 12:30 on Saturday on ABC. Notre Dame and Arkansas at 3:30. LSU Ole Miss. And at 7:30, it's number 5 Georgia against number 17 Alabama. You can also go to the new ESPN app to watch all the action.
You know, Joe, looking at this right here, I know there's 7 seconds. They're battling that. They need about 20 yards, and then they're at Jake Bates's career long, which would be a 58-yarder. So it's not inconceivable. You know, they got to get the ball out. Guys got to know that if they catch the ball and they're in that range, get down, call timeout.
There's Amon-Ra St. Brown. Down he goes, and the last timeout will be taken. This league has changed. That was so smart by St. Brown to get down. He leaves 2 seconds on the clock. They used their last timeout. This league has changed so much. We're right around the corner from the first 70-yard field goal that this league has ever seen. But these teams now get around midfield, and they're thinking about field goals.
Yeah, I mean, well, thinking field goals here, and even the fact that they went for it there. There was a time not long ago that with 20-whatever seconds were on the clock when they got possession of the ball,
what the fuck this gonna
they
be?
would have just run it out.
And now the Ravens will spend a timeout. They're going to put the ball down at the 43-yard line, which would make it a 67-yard field goal. That would be the record. If he hits this.
That's when I know that was going to be the record, because I'm like, ain't no way.
Right now, that's held by Justin Tucker, the 13-year kicker, long time with the Ravens.
Look, though, he's smacking them bitches from...
This is a 60-yard try during the pregame that he hit.
This would be 60
this
what?
Is beyond that.
Shit. This damn near 70.
67 yards.
Well, it's worth at least a shot, you know,
Well,
although
30 years
when you're
old,
talking about
West
this distance, obviously you're not getting the ball up as quickly, and
sailed,
gives
came
an
back,
opportunity for this defense
sailed
as
again.
well.
Wester's waiting in the end zone. He can return it. Falls short.
He hit this bitch,
This would be an NFL record.
Record right here. We watching history.
Good snap, good hold. The kick.
That's a good.
Is no good.
Looks to be deceiving, they say.
Wide to the left.
Looks to be deceiving, they say.
Ravens will receive the second half kickoff as we give you another look.
Looks can be deceiving. Let my boy Hollow sit here and talk about
And
the
we'll
game.
send it
First
down
half,
to Laura Rutledge with Dan Campbell.
All right, thank you, Joe. Now, the kick wasn't good there, but how would you describe the offense and the way it's functioned so far in this game?
Well, we've done a good job. You know, we wish we'd have been a little bit better there towards the end when we got the ball back, made a hell of a stop defensively. We talked about playing complementary football and helping each other out, and we've really done that. So, listen, I like where we're at. We got to regroup. It's a good team over there, but we'll bounce back and be good.
You called out time of possession as important in this one. You possessed the ball almost 20 minutes in that first half. What can you say about that?
Well, that's one of the things we wanted to do. You know, we were able to sustain drives. We got to be able to do it again in the second half.
All right, thank you, Dan. Joe.
Laura, they had the longest drive in the NFL this season, that 10-minute, 48-second drive that went 98.5 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, that 98-yard drive.
And this game is tied at 14. Ravens get the ball to start the second half. All-State, halftime, coming up next.
I'm a big rock. And while you're down there posing for pictures, I'm seeing the bigger picture from up here. And this little birdie's telling me it's time for this rock to roll. Photo bomb! And if you don't have the right insurance, this could look flat in your savings.
Awesome.
So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
This is the Allstate halftime.
We are all tied at 14 here in Baltimore. A game as advertised to this point. With Jason Kelsey and Ryan Clark, I'm Scott Bethel here on the field. And Jason, it's sort of a tale of different styles. The manner in which Detroit possessed the ball and went 98 yards, what most impressed you?
I mean, the entire thing. No, there's one thing you can point out. They ran the ball 13 of 18 times, and it wasn't all the most creative stuff. A lot of it was just right at them. I mean, it was a barn burner of a drive, an offensive lineman's dream. And by the time you're done with this thing, you are so excited you scored a touchdown, but man, are you exhausted. You're going straight to the bench, and this is one of those drives where give me whatever you got. You're taking water, salt pills, Gatorade, pickle juice, oxygen, whatever they're able to give you. But this was a hell of a drive, a demoralizing drive to the Baltimore Ravens.
Well, with as much as that drive was demoralizing, you also have to be demoralized with the quick strike ability of the Baltimore Ravens. This is the team that drove right back down the field. There was a turnover late and far into the red zone, and this is getting the football back with less than a minute. They go 49 yards quickly. Now they go at Terrion Arnold, who we knew would be a guy that will be targeted. And there's a pass interference, and Lamar Jackson finishes with a touchdown to Rashad Bateman. They have been able to get chunk play after chunk play, and they have the first drive here in the second half, Scott. Baltimore responds really well after they turn it over. They were aggressive on defense, got the ball back, and to your point, RC, right down the field and even things up. We very nearly saw an NFL record 67-yard field goal. They took it on a shot at it, but we are tied at the half at 14. When we continue at the half, Kansas City got the victory over the weekend to close out Sunday's action. When we continue, Boomer with all the rest of Sunday's action and a musical performance there, which you might be able to hear behind us from Good Charlotte. That's all on the way at the half here in Baltimore.
You're watching the Allstate halftime. Allstate, you're in good hands.
Good games yesterday, man. Cardinals, Niners, good game. You know, James Conner down, Nick Bosa down.
How do we choose? I know.
Gemini, my skin's dry but sticky from the heat. What here could help?
Tough combo. I see some serums which hydrate without being too heavy.
What did the Korean locals use?
Essence is like a light serum that's popular here.
Which one?
Now this is legit.
Being an NFL player demands knowledge, preparation, and skill. Protecting them demands the most cutting-edge helmet technology. The NFL drives innovation through testing, data, and collaboration with helmet manufacturers. With more position-specific models tailored to player roles. And 3D scanning for custom fits to enhance protection and performance, leading to last season having the lowest number of concussions on record. Before any helmet goes off, safety goes in.
Welcome back to the Allstate halftime.
Beautiful day and evening here on the first day of fall in Baltimore. Good Charlotte, keeping the good vibes going here in Baltimore. Entertaining folks here, downtown Charm City. Week 3 wrapping up tonight with what figures to be a fantastic second half. For all of Sunday's action, time now for the fastest 3. It's over. Chris Furman.
Thank you very much, Scott. Let me be among the first to wish you and everybody a happy autumn. And for those celebrating, a happy new year. Well, the Philadelphia Eagles, 18-1 their last 19 games. In the playoffs, they cruised against everybody except the Rams. And the snow gave them a hard time. LA back into Philadelphia trying to make amends for that playoff loss. Here we go with our fastest 3 minutes from the link. Matthew Stafford, Kyron Williams, Rams doing just what they set out to do. Third quarter touchdown, 26-7 LA. But here comes Philly. Under 2 to go in the game. Jalen Hurts to the Slim Reaper, Devontae Smith. Eagles go up 27-26. Rams will win it on a field goal, but no! Jordan Davis blocks it. No rumbling and bumbling. Look at the big fella cruising. Philly 3-0. Once upon a time, 50 years ago, the Bucs wore these creamsicles. But the Jets' Will McDonald wasn't impressed. Will McDonald blocked the kick. Oh no, if you're a Buck fan. The Jets lead 27-26. Aaron Glenn, the Tampa two-step. The Baker Mayfield to Emeka Pikabuka. The Bucks are now 3-0 after a winning field goal. All the wins in the final minute. NFC West unbeaten. Eddie Pinheiro bread. Good. Sourdough for everybody. Niners win their home opener over Arizona. Chargers
the Chargers, they did come back.
Down a touchdown, under 3 to go against Denver. But who else? Keenan Allen. Chargers went on a field goal late. They're 3-0, all the wins in the division. How about them Colts? Jonathan Taylor. He had 3 touchdowns, including his 46-yarder. Big win for the Colts. They're 3-0, first time since 2009. Green Bay and Cleveland tied at 10. Shelby Harris blocks a field goal for the Browns. And Andre Schmidt from 55 yards. Cleveland? Yep. They shocked the Packers, their first loss of the year. Minnesota hosting Cincy. Isaiah Rodgers was a prophet. 87-yard intercepted return for a TD. 66-yard fumble return for a TD. Minnesota rolled the Bengals. Shaw Smith wins. Look out, Michael Penix. It's a pick six. Panthers roll their largest win in 10 years. Seattle rookie Torrey Horton heard more than a who. 14-yard touchdown from Sam Darnold. Had a 95-yard punt return for a score. Seahawks clobber the Saints. Tricky Bears of Coach Ben Johnson. Flea Flicker, Caleb Williams. Luther Burden. Chicago is a good time at home. Their first win of the year, they beat Dallas. No Jaden Daniels, no problem. Washington against the Raiders. Jeremy McNichols, no. Mick Silver Dollar. Commanders win 41-24. Brett Favre, 508 lifetime touchdown passes, 4th all-time tied with 1 touchdown Aaron Rodgers. But Rodgers has 2 to go to 5-10, including the winner of Calvin Austin. Steelers win in New England. Under 2 to go. Travis Etienne scores for the Jags. They're going to beat Houston, who are 0-3. Only one team this quarter century has started 0-3 and made the playoffs. Booger and I do this every week on NFL Primetime. Live Sundays at 7:30 p.m. whenever you want it. Sunday through Wednesday on ESPN Plus and the ESPN app. Scotty?
Boomer, thank you. The Henry touchdown, part of a 14-14 first half. Baltimore gets the ball coming out of the locker room. We'll see when this is done for SportsCenter.
Thank you for watching the All-State Halftime.
Not my department. With Empire's Home Floor Advantage, we have clear, all-inclusive pricing.
800-588-2300 Empire.
I bank with a big bank.
And I bank with Varo and have a free bank account.
Free?
Yep. At Varo, there are no bank account fees at all.
I got a free mug.
Cool, and I have a free bank account.
And I got nothing.
Get started today at borrowmoney.com.
Businesses start small, but a lot of them take off. As your business grows, ShipStation grows with you. So you can sync and manage all your orders, no matter how big they get. ShipStation saves you money with more carrier options at the lowest possible rates. And the most integrations with the places you sell. Upgrade to the top-rated shipping software today. Sign up at ShipStation.com and get 2 months free with the promo code TV.
Oh my god, I won. Guys, I just saw someone win an iPad for under $10.
I got this amazing Japanese knife set for just 75 cents.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56.
There's millions of fast auctions and always something to win. On DealDash.com. And today, new users get a $50
Stanley Cup? Yeah, you guessed it. It's here on ESPN.
This is the wild card, where it's win or go home. All it takes is one hot streak to make a run for the title.
Doubling your solar generator power. I'm former Navy SEAL Cade Courtley. When you get the powerful Patriot Power Generator 2500X, we're going to give you the expansion pack that doubles its power absolutely free.
is part of a bonus package worth over $2,800. All yours, all free. But you have to act now. This historic deal ends September 30th. Go to FordPatriots.com now before it's gone forever.
Look, great blue heron. You know, when I go, I'd like to leave some money to the local bird conservancy.
Doesn't count.
What you need is a will, something you can sign and make official. Start your will at trustandwill.com now and make it count.
This is the one who can fix nearly anything and turns to Granger, who has almost everything. Few may see him, but he's the one that keeps it all on track. The industrial-grade products you need. Call, click, or stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Look, if you're an executive, this shirt is a must-have in your closet. I was tired of floppy collars and shirts with sweat stains, so I got this shirt I saw on TV, and now I don't have to worry. I got it shipped in no time, and I switched from regular polos to this immediately. The brand is called Collars & Co. They make a regular stretchy golf shirt, but the top has a firm collar on it. I got rid of so many problems by upgrading to this. No dry cleaning needed anymore. I'm free from uncomfortable long sleeves, and the collar stays stiff all day. Get 20% off today using code T.
Use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
Tonight's first half highlights are presented by Target. What a matchup to finish off week 3. Gibbs, touchdown.
Not the first guy that we've seen Lamar do that to.
Forget first down. How about touchdown? Play action. Touchdown Ravens. Get everything you need to win game day at Target. Tied at 14 after a half of play. Ravens about to get the ball. You're about to see our faces. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Lisa Salters, Laura Rutledge down on the field. We'll hear from Lisa in just a second. But surprising that Zay Flowers has not been targeted in this game yet.
It is a little bit surprising. The Lions aren't doing anything special to try to take him out. But the reality is the Ravens, they only had 21 first half plays. So and 9 of those were passes. So they just haven't had the ball really all that much and haven't had that many offensive snaps. I would expect that to change. Todd Monken, when we visited with him, he said, hey, Zay Flowers is going to get the ball. He has gotten the ball the first couple of weeks, and he's the key. So he is a focal point for this offense.
Aiden Hutchinson tonight. He's been on the left side. He's been on the right side. More on the right tonight. And one snap on the interior of the defensive line. This is Ali and Rasheen Ali out across the 25. Moments ago, Lisa Salters caught up with John Harbaugh.
John, you get the ball to start this second half. There was some success, but also some frustration on offense in the first half. Just what do you have to clean up?
Well, we'd love to have finished that drive down there going in, but I thought our defense did a great job stepping up and getting that sack. You know, you go for it, pin them back in. That's kind of the worst case scenario, but then the ball got out to the 20, and then our defense stepped up. So I'm proud. It's going to be that kind of a game back and forth. Just find a way to win the next drive, win the next play.
You talked about your defense. That 18-play Lions touchdown drive seemed to take a lot out of them. Just what did you like about the way they just bounced right back?
I do appreciate the way they bounced back and fought. I mean, I thought we fought through the drive. We just didn't get off the field on third down, especially a lot of third and long. If we get them in third and long, we need to get off the field if we can, which we did the last 2 drives.
All right, thank you, Coach. All right.
Lisa, thank you. John, thank you. A little drop-off pass to Derrick Henry, and he goes forward for 7, and we're underway in the second half. Second down and 3 in a tie ball game.
Well, here's a look at Aiden Hutchinson, and he's kind of been a little bit quiet there in that first half, but he draws a lot of attention. So he gets the chip and the double team as he's been working both sides of the offensive line. He's been working against Ronnie Stanley, then going to the other side against Roger Rosengarten. But they come in, certainly, as every offense does, with a plan.
Henry is a yard short, maybe a half yard short of a first down as Jack Campbell made that stop. So third down coming up. They said, and they just threw it out there. As you look at the numbers tonight, only 1 incompletion. Lamar Jackson has the best passer rating. Doesn't take into account the running at all. The best passer rating in the history of the league.
I saw that today as well, Joe. I don't want to say I was amazed, but I was a little surprised. But it does speak to what we've talked about and how much he has grown and how good he's been in the pocket as they were able to get the Lions what it looked to be offside.
Defense number 51. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
That's Roy Lopez, who is guilty of the neutral zone infraction. He came into this game just percentage points, decimal points, figures, numbers better than Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. But, I mean, line up whoever you want behind those names right there. It's Lamar Jackson on top.
Well, we've talked about it before, and I've heard Steve Young talk about it. When he became feared is when he became a passer and less of a runner.
Here's a near pickoff. And it'll never be any easier for Brian Branch, and he just dropped it.
Oh, he reads it perfectly as well. He's got his eyes back on Lamar as he's carrying it up the field and just does an outstanding job. It's Mark Andrews who's in the seam. Or excuse me, he's got Mark Andrews, but then he's working back to the inside against Charlie Kohler, and it just bounces right off his hands. And you're right. I mean, there are guys who can't catch the football. Brian Branch is not one of them.
He'll be thinking about that going to bed tonight. Now 2nd down and 10. Blitz coming. Pass is caught by Andrews. And Campbell in on the stop. A gain of 4, 3rd down.
You know, and I was talking about it that with Steve Young, and he's talked to other quarterbacks that have come into this league about, yeah, it's great to be able to run, but ultimately you got to beat defenses with your arm if you're going to be a championship quarterback, and we've seen that from Lamar. I mean, they've got a great scheme, and they've got really good players around him, but watching him throw the football the way he has over the last several years now with Todd Monken as the offensive coordinator, it's been impressive. And what we showed with that graphic, him being rated #1 passer rating, pretty good.
3rd down. There's his first target. There's his first catch. Flowers, and they're going to give him a first down. Zay Flowers gets his first. They got a good spot. And first down for Baltimore.
Little pick here with Mark Andrews as he comes off the ball. And Zay Flowers comes underneath. They're anticipating man coverage because they're so heavy with Detroit's cover 1. And good call, good execution, and they're able to finally free him up for the completion.
Catch number 15 on the season, first of the night. There's Todd Monken. The job he has done in year number 3 as offensive coordinator for John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson. Here's Henry. And Derek able to take it inside the 45, got 4.
You know, even with that said, when we talk about what Lamar's done throwing the football, make no mistake, this is still an offense that just wants to be physical and run the football. And so even when you look at the yards, the passing yards, it doesn't really tell the entire story. Last year, they were 7th in the league in passing yards, but they were #1 in yards per pass. So that's a better indicator is just how effective they are throwing the football because they're going to run it more than other teams.
2nd down and 6. Jackson Keats wide open as Kohler. And he's got a first down after breaking a tackle, and the ball just outside the 25. 18 yards for Charlie Kohler.
Well, Charlie Kohler, I know he doesn't get many opportunities. That's his first target. But they just totally turn him loose. I mean, they don't even worry about him coming off the football. And you couldn't go out there and practice and have it any easier than that.
After replay assistance, the ball will be spotted at the 29-yard line. First down.
So they're going to say the knee was down or some body part was down on that last lunge by Kohler, and they moved the ball back to the 29. They moved it back 3 yards. Where it's 1st and 10. So they're without Isaiah Likely. He broke his foot at the end of July, had foot surgery on his right foot August 1st, and he is close to coming back. And another weapon for Lamar Jackson.
And you combine that with Patrick Ricard, their fullback, who's a big part of this offense. So they're missing some key guys.
Flowers in motion. Jackson keeps, floats it. Andrews got it. strong catch by Mark Andrews against Brian Branch for 20.
And he was open a lot sooner as he came off the ball. His play action, but Brian Branch is locked up one-on-one. He's not even looking in the backfield. He's got his eyes on Andrews, but Andrews just comes off the ball, runs right past him. So he had a lot of separation, but Lamar wasn't ready to throw the football at that time. Then it became contested. That's a great job by Andrews going up and making a play.
Branch couldn't make that play, couldn't make the interception earlier on this possession.
Yeah.
First and goal right at the 10. Henry's going to throw, lobbing it, and that could have been picked off by DJ Reed. Tylan Wallace was the target, and an ill-advised pass. The Ravens are lucky that wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, as soon as he slows up, as soon as Derrick Henry comes out and slows up, it doesn't look good. But he had Lamar Jackson out the other side. If he had stopped and looked, and you know in practice they had talked to him saying, hey, Lamar Jackson is an outlet if you want to get back to it, but they totally turned him loose. But as soon as Henry stopped and kind of double clutched, it was not good. He probably should have just thrown it away.
Now second and goal. Jackson trying to find somewhere to go. Brought down from behind. And that's Al-Quadin Muhammad, who they're going to count on a lot after the injury to Marcus Davenport. He gets his second sack.
Well, when we talked to Todd Monken, what did he say? Lamar Jackson, it's kind of the price of playing business, or cost of doing business, excuse me, that he doesn't throw it away. You know, that he's going to try to make a play, and he tried to there and then lost some yards.
Since last year, just under one on average throwaway a game. Number 2 in the league to Baker Mayfield. And now on third down, Andrews! Diving catch! Touchdown, Ravens!
Anzalone, he's in coverage. It's pretty good coverage, actually. He's locked up man-to-man, and this is just, it's a good route by Andrews, and then it's just a perfectly thrown ball by Jackson. He just lays it out there and gives Mark Andrews an opportunity to just go make a play, but not bad coverage overall by Anzalone trying to stick with Mark Andrews. Just a perfectly thrown ball.
On a perfect night for Andrews. The extra point now by Luke. 7-point Ravens lead. Mark Andrews, they wanted to get him involved tonight. Well, they have 5 targets, 5 catches, 64 yards, and a touchdown. 14 yards away. 2 near picks on that possession. Ravens take it in.
So how did these 3 end up in this Vegas speakeasy with a story no one will believe? It began with ringside seats from BetMGM. That meant anything was possible. Like chatting with this guy, not that guy, this guy, who knew another guy who gave them a password that led down here, through here, and along here. Oh, not here. And helped them open this door. Actually a bookcase with a hostess named Jules and an epic spot. Make it a night where anything can happen. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
With Prime Big Deal Days coming October 7th and 8th, greatness is a deal away.
Just bust a move.
Shop deals up to 40% off this Prime Big Deal Days.
America, are you sitting down? Southwest is introducing assigned seating. Assigned seating! Assigned seating! Assigned seating! I can't believe it! Out of my way!
I can choose my seat?
Southwest has assigned seating. Plus, extra legroom seats.
Yeah! Now we can sit together on the plane.
Do we have to?
Nope.
I can't believe nobody's ever thought of this before.
Week 4 of the NFL season kicks off with Thursday Night Football starting at 8:15 p.m. Eastern on Prime Video. Stream games live on your mobile device with NFL Plus.
I can't play as Russ.
He dropped the football.
I'll play as someone else. My name's Chad.
Who is Chad Powers? He thinks you're a rubber chew toy.
Not rubber. I'm made of flesh.
Shifting Gears, the #1 new comedy is back.
He has arisen.
With big guests.
What?
And a big home improvement reunion.
Hey, buddy.
That guy's a tool.
Shifting Gears premieres Wednesday, October 1st on ABC.
It was a divisional playoff loss at Buffalo, and Mark Andrews was just gutted with the way his game went on that cold night in Buffalo. A fumble, a drop on a two-point try that would have tied it, a 27-25 loss, and more heartache and heartbreak for the Ravens in the postseason. Well, tonight, 5 catches, and he just scored on his 14-yard catch. His first touchdown of the season, and he's come in with the right attitude, which they weren't worried about at all. He's responded and responded well.
A guy who's done so much for this organization, to have to live with that throughout the offseason. He's had himself a night. You knew it was coming. You didn't know exactly when, but he's just been too valuable to this offense.
That
Short
was
free kick.
short.
Kicking team number 33. Ball in place at the 40-yard line. First down.
That's the second time that Tyler Loop, the rookie, has been short of the landing zone. And that means the ball comes out to the 40. So he's had a couple of bad kickoffs and now adds another. We'll check in with Lisa in a moment. And I've seen a lot of these kickers that are trying to figure out ways to just get it into the landing zone, and he was just short of doing that.
Yeah, it gets costly when you're in a game like this against an offense like the Lions.
Gotta go score, Lions.
Goff low for Jamison Williams. Let's check in with Lisa.
Yeah, Joe. Well, Lamar Jackson told us this weekend he was not worried a bit about Mark Andrews or his state of mind coming into this game with just 2 catches for 7 yards. He said Mark is good, and he reminded us that Andrews got off to a slow start last year, just 6 catches for 65 yards, 0 touchdowns through the first 4 weeks of 2024. He finished with 11 touchdowns. So Lamar said, we start the same every year. Everybody else gets the ball, then defenses take their eyes off Mark, and he goes crazy.
Well, he's gone crazy tonight. Here's Gibbs, nice run, and he got hit and hit hard by Chidobe Awuzie. Longtime corner in this league, but a gain of 7. 3rd and 3 coming up. Here's the hit by Awuzie.
Yeah, Awuzie, I mentioned it. You see the hit. That's a big-time hit. And when you watch both of these defenses play, you know, Awuzie, he's a cover corner. He's a good player. But whether it's for the Ravens or for the Lions, it doesn't matter that you're a cover corner. You better be a tackler as well. And for the most part, all these defensive backs are.
3rd down and 3. Good protection, good throw. And Laporta's got another conversion on 3rd down. He couldn't have handed it to him any better than that. What throw?
Well, it's such a great... Roquan Smith is the one who's in coverage, and here he is, and he does an excellent job. As Laporta comes out, he acts like he's going to go break outside, comes back in, but the ball had to be thrown just perfectly as it was.
Laporta's got 3 catches, all on 3rd downs, and all have converted. They hand it Gibbs.
Okay, Gibbs.
They've stayed with a run. Gibbs gets 10.
He gonna have 100 for sure.
Well, when you look at the Lions last year, Joe, talking about 3rd downs, they were 4th in the NFL converting 3rd downs, and it hasn't been great the first couple weeks of the season, and it's been even worse when it's been 3rd and 6 plus. I mean, they had converted just 1 of 14 coming into this game tonight, and yet they've done a heck of a job. There's a look at John Morton, and they're converting 70%. That 98-play drive, or the 98-yard drive they had, a lot of 3rd down conversions. Golf's been good on that down.
They mark Gibbs short, so they hand it to him here, and he picks it up on 2nd and less than 1. John Jenkins, 13-year pro from Georgia, made that tackle, but not before a 1st down pickup by Jahmyr Gibbs. We saw John Morton, the first-year offensive coordinator with the Lions, takes over for Ben Johnson, who 3 years as the OC in Detroit. They led the league in points per game. 18th year in the league as a coach for Morton. Spent the last 2 seasons with Sean Payton in Denver. But he was with Detroit before he went to Denver. Very comfortable coming back in, calling plays. On first down, a toss to Montgomery. Throws back to Goff, who airs it out for St. Brown. What a play. And what a time to show John Morton as they go into their bag of tricks and come up with that for 17.
Yeah, buy a little time, a little trickery. Take the home run shot if you have it. If you don't, then you get an opportunity to try to take that intermediate throw, which is exactly what he does. Initially, you look at this and you say, okay, was it backwards? It was backwards. So they do a heck of a job there as far as the execution goes. And then Goff being patient and not being too greedy on the play.
Mm-hmm.
St. Brown in motion. Goff for St. Brown.
Touchdown.
He is there, and he's got it. Touchdown, Detroit. What a throw and catch. Working against Marlon Humphrey, and we're an extra point away from a tie game.
Yeah, this is Jared Goff just at the top of his game. One, an excellent route by Amon-Ra St. Brown. Double move on Marlon Humphrey. So Goff isn't so much worried about St. Brown winning on the route. He's got to hold Hamilton. The safety, is watching as well. And he has to hold him to keep him from going over the top. He does that perfectly and then throws a great ball.
What an answer by Detroit. 7 plays, 60 yards in 3.5 minutes. And we're tied at 21.
Again. Knew it was going to be a shootout.
It's like a heavyweight fight. These two teams just standing in the middle of the ring, swinging at each other. This time it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. His 4th of the year. We're tied.
Let me know who y'all favorite football team is. What y'all think y'all gonna do this year. Who y'all favorite player is on your team, and who y'all favorite player is that ain't on your team. And we go have our week 3
when we're happy
breakdown coming Tuesday or Wednesday on our YouTube channel. Talk about every game,
eating,
everything that went down over week 3.
It's a
And
symbol
we
of
gonna do
hope.
the power rankings coming
And
up,
because of you,
going into week 4.
To so many who need it. Scan or go online to learn more.
If you're like I was, you're tired of worn-out plastic mats under your office chair. They dent and crack, and they're uncomfortable to roll on. I found a premium alternative, a glass chair mat by Vitraza. I liked it so much, I bought the company. I'm George Pardo, president of Vitraza. Our glass chair mats are made of super strong glass and protected with a nanotech coating, so you'll always get a smooth, easy glide. And they're beautiful. Tired of replacing plastic? I promise this is the last chair mat you'll need. And we give you a lifetime warranty. Comfort, style, durability. A Vitraza glass chair mat will completely transform your workspace. Home office or office.
I do custom rugs myself, man.
And we ship
need a custom rug done, hit your boy up.
Durability. A Vitraza glass chair mat will
I will be streaming,
transform your workspace.
doing making rugs, making my custom rugs soon
popular
too.
sizes, and we ship free to anywhere in the lower 48.
Both of them in one.
You deserve. I invite you to shop online at vitraza.com. Use promo code
Pom-poms für die Kinder. Go Lions! Yeah.
Amon-Ra honors his German heritage by traveling to Germany annually to host youth summer camps. His mother Miriam is German. That was footage from a June visit.
5
Amon-Ra
minutes
visited
left
a preschool that he attended
in the third
in
quarter.
Leverkusen, which borders the city of Cologne. Only speaks to his mom in German. That was detailed in a Monday Night Countdown piece with Amon-Ra. And he just took it into the end zone on that beautiful throw from Goff, and now
Kickoff out
Jake
of bounds.
Bates kicks it
Taking
out of
field
bounds.
goal 38. Ball in place at the 40-yard line. First down.
Let's go down to Laura Rutledge.
Well, Joe, Amon-Ra St. Brown said being German is really important to me, really a crucial part of my life. As you mentioned, he only speaks German to his mom, so he gets a lot of practice with it. But really, German was his first language growing up. His mom, Miriam, only spoke German in the house to him and his brothers. And he also goes back to Germany at least once a year. He loves the culture and loves celebrating it.
Well, his family's very proud of him. They've got an extremely athletic family. As Zay Flowers makes his second catch.
Zay Flowers, my boy.
Got a good block from Mark Andrews, who had a touchdown the last time the Ravens had the ball. And a gain of 7.
You mentioned Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I talked earlier about the job that Brad Holmes has done as general manager, acquiring talent for this team. When St. Brown is a 4th-round pick, and the quarterback is saying he's the best receiver he's ever thrown the ball to, and you name some of the guys he's thrown the ball to over the years, I mean, that kind of tells you what Brad Holmes has done with his roster.
Second down and 3. Lamar Jackson is going to be wrapped up by Muhammad, his second of the night. Al-Quadin Muhammad. He is with his 5th team. He's in his 7th year, 30 years old. And they are really going to be leaning on him.
Yes, they are. And whatever he may lack in ability, he makes up for just in his tenaciousness, in the way in which he continues to compete and battle, and the effort that he gives. And that's what allows him to make the play here. I mean, he definitely is being relied on. You lose Marcus Davenport, and others have to be able to come in and kind of fill that void, and they trust that he'll do it.
Third Lions sack of the night. Jackson incomplete for Bateman, who gets hit by Branch. So after the kickoff out of bounds and field position at their own 40, the Ravens don't do anything with it, and a punt is next.
Yeah, it's not easy to do for this defense. Give them that kind of field position and force a 3 and out, get the ball back to your offense. That's well done.
Jordan Stout will punt it with Khalif Raymond waiting for it. Raymond averaging about 7.5 yards per return. Stout hits it. Booming punt. Raymond this time lets it go over his head, and this time it checks up inside the 5. At the 4. And Stout dropped it in beautifully. Chris Horton happy. The Ravens are happy. Al-Quadin Muhammad happy after his second sack of the night. A stop for the Lions defense. Lamar frustrated in a tie game. What a night in Baltimore.
Here, I'm gonna take that. I got it. Oh, please, I got it. I actually want to stay, dude. I want to stay. Stop! Oh, that! Stop. Watch it out. Stop, bro. Get my fucking shit out.
Passion or pride, destiny or determination.
Damn, Mud. That's fucking insane, Mud.
Michelin innovates on the road and far beyond. Designed for exploring new frontiers. Michelin, motion for life.
Let's talk about innovation.
I'll take it from here. The wheel, the internet, and now new Fireball Blazing Apple. We did it. New Fireball Blazing Apple, mankind's greatest innovation.
They got shining.
Let him do his job, right? Young homeowners love to get involved with everything.
Latte for Jan?
We got a latte for Jan.
I'm right the words though.
Latte for Jan?
Since I fucking lost it, I'm gonna do it on my next.
Not have that.
Julie.
Jan, Jan as in January.
I'm right. Accountability. Oh, it's right here. All right. Oh, you must think I was born in 1987.
Becoming your parents.
Come on.
We can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Could be Jan, I guess. Jan?
Well, that's Liv's Tavern in Baltimore's vibrant Federal Hill neighborhood. They look vibrant.
Sure do. Look like they're having a heck of a time. How can you not watching this game with a cold beer?
With a cold beer.
This is not the worst starting field position for the Lions tonight. Remember, they started inside their own 2 and went 98 yards, 98 and a half to be exact.
Well, the whole key is getting that first down, as I talked about. You got to give some room for your punter, Jack Fox, if you're not able to keep the ball. But that's the first thing on Jared Goff's mind, is just trying to get a new set of downs on this possession.
Montgomery is able to get through and get
First
11.
down.
Strong run by David Montgomery. And a good job yet again by this reshuffled offensive line of the Lions.
Yeah, just watch these guys come off the ball and the job that they do. I mean, it's just excellent work. You got guys on, and again, Sam Porter,
Bodies on
highlighted
bodies.
him tonight and what he's able to do.
A-line showing the fuck
a
out.
big part of it.
So they get that breathing room, and the ball's sitting at their own 15. Montgomery stays in. They fake it to him. Throw to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Amon-Ra stopped.
And it's out of his reach. One of the rare errant throws by Goff all night.
Yeah, that's one he'd probably like to have back. You know, going back to that offensive line, Joe, Hank Fraley played in the league for a long time. He's been a long-time coach as well. He was here before Dan Campbell in Detroit. This is his 8th year as the offensive line coach with the Lions. He came in with Matt Patricia, but a quality coach. He's been around some really good offensive minds, and he's had his work cut out for him this year. He's got him playing tonight.
Another good run by
it's over. Touchdown.
He is out.
Go. No, he got caught. He got caught.
And brought down near the 15.
Damn, Montgomery, if you had a little more speed. Oh, he's about to go for 100. He's going for 100. Get up, man.
Run by David Montgomery behind that offensive line, and a big play here tonight.
Well, yeah, it's just an excellent job up front. You got the right guard, rookie Tate Radledge, and Penei Sewell.
Got some more speed on him. That was the touchdown for sure. He hit that hole so crazy.
On that side, and then Montgomery's got the crease, is able to make a guy miss, and off and running.
72 yards, third longest run of the career of David Montgomery. Now Gibbs.
They both might crack 100.
That Baltimore defense has got to be a bit winded, especially Marlon Humphrey, who had to come out after chasing Montgomery down the field, and David's coming back in after Gibbs gets.
He already got 100.
Oh, you know, you look at this game, and the worse the field position gets for the Lions, the better they play. You know, they're backed up inside the 5, and I've said it, you just try to get a new set of downs, and next thing they're inside the 10-yard line looking for a touchdown.
10-yard line. Shit.
Both backs in there. Goff, Laporta, good tackle. That play made by Keon Martin, who is a rookie and a tryout player that just opened their eyes, forced his way onto the team. He made a nice tackle there. And it's 3rd down and 4.
Well, this has been one heck of a ball game. It's a heavyweight fight for week 3, and we talked about it being a measuring stick to see where these teams were after some disappointing week 1 losses, and man, they just continue to exchange blows.
3rd down and 4. Play clock is at 5.
Timeout.
Timeout taken by Dan Campbell, who was sauntering down the sideline. It'll be 3rd down and 4 with 36 seconds left here in the 3rd.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're also one of America's largest.
This one hell of a game, bruh. This is one hell of a game. Detroit just drove down the field once again.
Largest financial service.
Back.
Kind of a niche skill set, but I believe
21-21.
your insurance and financial needs.
36 seconds left in the third.
Play clock is expiring, so Dan Campbell had to
in
use
the red zone.
His first time out.
Third and 4.
90 yards over 5 plays. The 72-yard
You hear him,
run
90
by
yards,
Montgomery,
5
now it's
plays.
3rd and 4.
Yeah, and you got to believe that Dan Campbell has told Johnny Morton that he's got 2 downs to pick it up if they don't get it here on 3rd. As aggressive as Dan Campbell he did to start this game, can't imagine he wouldn't be here.
Here's Gibbs. His knee went down and he didn't get it. It's going to be 4th down. And if the Lions want to let the quarter expire and pick this up in the 4th, they can. But right now they're hurrying back to the line. They did not substitute. They can go right back under center.
I would think they'd want to take it to the 4th.
They go take it to the 4th.
And that's where we go.
End of the third, 21-21. 4th quarter, let's get it. Let's get it.
Out the Lions. When we come back, Scarlet Bortles tied at 21.
After the Colonel made his hot and spicy wings, he needed the perfect pairing. So he invented the potato. No need to look that up. It's true. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. Backed by obsessive demand, KFC wings and wedges.
The SEC on ABC, Saturday.
Two teams that have big aspirations.
This is the rivalry that's defined legacies.
There's good news. Like thousands of patients receiving free, life-changing surgeries from volunteer doctors and nurses on hospital ships, all made possible by kindness. We love good news.
You know, at Leaf Filter, we're proud to say we have millions of satisfied customers. Hey, there's one right now. And another. Leaf Filter stops needles, acorns, leaves, and more. No louvers, no openings, nowhere for debris to get in at all. And guess what cred like that? It's only natural to have fans. Apparently a lot of fans. Apparently a whole lot of fans. Call 833-LEAF FILTER or visit leaffilter.com.
My name is Whitney Allen. I'm a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought we'd have to use life insurance with Ethos. It is so fast and easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage.
Check your price today at ethos.com.
Going micro with Noom. Micro habits, micro wins, even microdose GLP.
It started back at the 4.
This is when, if you're the Baltimore Ravens, you sure wish you had Nnamdi Madubuike in the lineup.
Damn, crashing out at YB concert.
He will be out. They're also without Kyle
Fuck
Van Noy, 2 Pro Bowlers not out there on this defense for the Ravens. 4th and 1.
Get back to it, guys.
They pitch to Gibbs.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. It went from Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown, and he pitched it to Gibbs. And like Ben Johnson would call, it was a gadget play, and boy, was that a thing of beauty.
Yeah, well, we've seen Johnny Morton dial up a couple of these tonight. This is good execution. They get it to St. Brown, and then he pitches it out to Jahmyr Gibbs to get him on the edge with the speed. There's a good look at Johnny Morton.
Fucking with me with this.
He had a heck of a game plan last week in that big win against Chicago, and tonight here on the road, a lot of questions were going to be answered, and if there were any out there on him, he's answered those as well.
Up by 7. Before tonight, the last time the Ravens allowed a 95-yard touchdown in Baltimore was in 2001. The Lions have done it twice tonight. Amazing. 72-yard run by David Montgomery got him down there. Longest run in the NFL this season. What a game. Gibbs has got another. And the Lions back up by 7.
Back up by 7-11.
It's time.
See what Kai talking about real quick.
McDonald's is putting value back on the menu. Extra value meals are back only at McDonald's.
Oh, you think he should be at 1,000? He should look be at 1,000, right? Yeah, like, bro. Hold on, bro. Where's his notebook at?
It's okay, honey. I just want a new Ram.
You know we should do a band, bro.
And the best part, little Timmy wasn't in the old truck. So, double win. Go to dealdash.com for $50 of free credit.
We're with Mike.
Why did I
He's leaving home.
What should I have him do? Let's see what ChatGPT says. ChatGPT.
We're with Tara. During the holidays, when she misses home the most. Thanks to generous supporters.
I want to parent my child. He is bad at
Learn more at USO.org.
taking accountability.
Great work starts with a great workspace. That was the idea behind the original Veridesk, and it's the inspiration behind everything we do. From our latest standing desks and ergonomic seating to free shipping and fast assembly. We create a workspace that works for you, so you can feel your best and do your best. Get our best deals now at Verid.com.
I want to parent my child. He is bad at taking accountability. He is currently 16 years old and lies a lot. What should I do to this criminal?
Need a shipping solution that'll grow with you? With ShipStation, you can manage and fulfill all your orders in one place.
Understand the why behind analyze the fair consequences. They want to avoid disappointing you. They want to protect it. No, it's none of these. Chat, it's actually none of these, right? Do I overreact to mistakes? No. He be lying, bro. He be lying, bro. It ain't that, because he don't even get disciplined, gang. He doesn't.
And it's an excellent job by John Morton when he put that play in and having all the finer points of it detailed out.
Rasheen Ali returned it and then got tackled up high on the sideline. No flag. And it's Ravens ball down 7 as Rocky Yassin made that stop. And here's the Ravens offense back out there, now back down by 7 points.
Well, now it's the Ravens' opportunity to see if they can match the blow they just took. But just another great drive. John Morton has really done an excellent job. A guy who was picked anticipating he might lose Ben Johnson. He was always the guy that Dan Campbell had in mind.
Jackson breaking tackles. Anzalone won't let him go. Anzalone is celebrating his 31st birthday today, trying to help get a win here to get their record to 2-1. Been a good player for a long time in his 9th year. 2nd down and 7.
Well, I think these linebackers for Detroit are really good, and we've seen a lot of Barnes tonight because the Lions have played a lot of base defense, matching the personnel that they've gotten from the Baltimore Ravens.
2nd and 7. Jackson out to his right, throws it away. It was too high for Flowers. That one just got away. Flowers was
Jake
open.
Flowers been shut out
He
for
worked
all
against
game. He got
DJ
like
Reed.
2 catches.
3rd down and 7.
Yeah, 2 receptions.
3rd down and 7, and You know, Baltimore hasn't had near as many of them. They've had 7 third downs tonight. They've converted 4 of them. But now would be a good time to convert their 5th.
Kelvin Shepard, first-year defensive coordinator. Played for the Lions. Was an 8-year linebacker in the league.
7 out of 11.
3rd down, 7 yards. Jackson over the middle. He's got Bateman. First down.
Bateman. There we go.
Perfect throw. 19 yards. And into Lions territory go the Ravens.
Well, Tylan Wallace, number 16, he goes through the defense. He clears out a defender and just opens it up. Watch Tylan Wallace and the impact that he then has on Branch at the safety, and then that opens it up in behind for Bateman to be able to make the play. It's a good design and excellent job by Lamar Jackson just reading it out.
Toss to Henry. And a pretty good tackle by Jack Campbell. There's a flag down out on the edge. Campbell's been dealing with a bloody mouth most of the night.
Foul. Low black. Defense number 32. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
It's against Brian Branch.
And here he is, right here in your screen. You can't. Yeah, I don't know. I'll leave that to you, Russell.
Troy, I don't see a penalty there. I think he initiated contact high. He slipped down. I don't like that as a foul.
Well, that's a big call. It takes the ball inside the Detroit 32.
Yeah, that referee got a bet on the game. Watch his
That'll make it 1st and 15 as Kohler jumped.
False start. Offense number 88. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Let's go down to Laura.
Well, Joe, you pointed out the bandage on Jack Campbell's lip. He had a significant split cut on his lip. They worked on it for a while. Credit to the athletic training staff to get the bleeding to stop. They added a face shield to his helmet, and this is the hit where it happened. He's been dealing with a lot of pain, a lot of blood on the sideline.
It was a hit from Justice Hill. Playing through it. First down and 15.
They got man coverage across the board.
Pass is underthrown. Jackson was under pressure, and Hopkins was the target. As Tyler Lacey had pressure on Lamar Jackson, he was picked up off waivers from the Jaguars.
Yeah, the Lions are going to come after you, and you could tell by the way they were positioned with the defensive backs that they were locked up in man coverage, and here they were coming, and so good job by them. Force the ball out of Lamar Jackson's hands, and see if they can't cover for the time that it takes for him to get it out, and mission accomplished.
Jackson wide open. First down, Ravens. Bateman again.
Bateman putting them on their back like Batman.
And 16 yards from Lamar Jackson.
Bateman or Batman.
Again, they're trying to disguise. They're going to show that they're all coming up here. And then you got Brian Branch, who's going to run to a two-deep look. And as he's running out of there, it just opens it up. As you see just how much space there is then for these receivers. And Bateman just sits right down in the hole. And nice completion.
Jackson wanted to take off, and he is brought to the ground, and a good play by DJ Reader. Dealt with a quad injury last year. They would love to see DJ Reader get back to the Bengals DJ Reader that they signed as an unrestricted free agent going into last season, and maybe another year of health will get him there.
They're relying on a lot of guys, this year, especially with Marcus Davenport going down again, and they had looked at maybe bringing in another edge rusher, but felt that depth was more important with all the injuries they went through last year.
2nd down and 9 now. Jackson one-on-one, and that little battle was won by Nowaski. They blew it dead. It's not a fumble. But Jackson was making moves, and Trevor Nowaski didn't flinch and brought him down.
No, he did not. He hung in there and was able to make a good tackle. Not many guys are able to do that on Lamar Jackson.
That was a good play.
You see, he's kind of in a spy technique, and then as Lamar starts to try to scramble up in the line, boy, he was right there to make a play.
Right there. Where you going, man? Like how Kevin Love was
a
on
loss of 4. That's
Kyrie.
the 4th Lions sack.
Kevin Love
And
was
for
on
Nowaski,
Steph.
his first of the year.
Game
It's 3rd
7,
and 13.
2016 finals.
Jackson trying to find somewhere to go.
Oh,
Time
I'm about to say, if he get out of this.
Picked up by Barnes.
Oh, my God.
And Lamar Jackson was one guy away from getting out of there, and Derek Barnes saved the day for Detroit. Kelvin Shepard loving every second of it.
And Derek Barnes initially goes to coverage. He goes out, and he's just kind of watching with his eyes. He's waiting for somebody to come in his area. It's just a 4-man rush. And then when he sees Lamar start to move, he comes in and makes a play. And if he doesn't do that, very instinctive on his part, there was nobody out in front of Lamar.
That is sack number 5 tonight for the Lions defense. And a 41-yard try by Tyler Loop. He got it. Looked like it went over the top of the upright.
Hold on, my eyes had to deceive me, but ain't no way,
and
bro.
The field goal is good. That was close. 28-24.
I need to see the other way. Yeah.
Luke puts his foot into it. And it's a 4-point game in Baltimore.
When the grid comes alive, there's no room for hesitation.
That shit don't look like it didn't win it.
Catch your breath. The game moves at the speed of light. It's a battlefield where worlds collide. In this game, every play
Oh my God, why the fuck would you take a picture of that shit? Beautiful.
PG-13.
This game has gotten out of control. All the money, the unpredictability. It's time we
So speaking of 2016 finals, I'm scrolling Facebook, scroll down, picture of all of them right here. Bron, Richard, Tristan, Clay, Kyrie, and Shepard. I'm on.
I love that duck.
Get help with expenses. Health insurance doesn't cover with an official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day. Y'all could ask about it at work.
Okay, so we go to Rome. It was us and friends and her boyfriend. Yes, and the entire time I think that my boyfriend is going to propose. We go to dinner at a beautiful restaurant. Romantic hole in the wall. He bends down on one knee. He's not taking a ring out.
No, he's tying his shoe.
He goes to pay for dinner, but his credit card is not accepted there. So thankfully, I have my Sapphire Reserve card. At my non-proposal, I'm buying dinner for all of us. By the way, it was really fun.
I mean, at least you got the points.
True. Silver lining.
I mean, that is huge.
Didn't get the husband, got the points.
What's up, Zach?
Check out this Echo. T-Mobile's got home internet, and it's just $35 a month.
Our echoes are all knowing.
T-Mobile's got home internet, just $35 a month, and it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Russell York, that ball looked like it traveled over the top of the left.
Okay, now I see they had to show a different angle. Ain't no way.
Over the upright, inside the outside edge. So all the ball has to be inside the outside edge. It's hard to tell for sure. That's why it's not reviewable.
So the field goal was good. And this is a 4-point game with the Lions about to get it back with under 10 to go. Returned by Sailors. Bends it back and gets out to the 35. Give you designing success. It's brought to you by KFC, and we'll look at the ground game of the Lions in this one.
Well, I think the most impressive thing is that John Morton has stuck with it. And some of these runs, then they start to break. But when you're playing against the Ravens, it's what you got to do. This offensive line, I think, has done a good job. Of course, here's a big 72-yarder by David Montgomery. And then the touchdown with the trickery. Second one that we saw in this game, both of them successful. I just think the job that John Morton is the play caller, sticking with it, 29 runs, 23 passes against this defense. He played the game you got to play.
Lions are over 7 yards per rush, and Troy, as you said, that 72-yarder by Montgomery inflates those numbers, but still, the impressive thing is that John Morton is stuck with it, even when at times it looked like there wasn't much room in there as Gibbs gets 5.
And then, you know, what allows you to do that? What allows you to do that is converting then on third down. And Detroit has been really good on third down tonight, so then they get a new set of downs, and then they're able to run the football a couple times more. So they've been able to lean on that a little bit and kind of take the fight to this Ravens defense.
Play action here is Goff lets it go, and what a good play. Tesla was the target, and Nate Wiggins got his hand in there and knocked it away. Good effort.
Nate Wiggins.
Really good effort. Roquan Smith, he's the one who blitzes and gets in the face of Jared Goff. He comes a little bit late, but there's the one-on-one matchup, and Wiggins does an excellent job in coverage, locked up man-to-man. Here's another look at Roquan Smith, but they know what's at stake. Big third down here.
Third down and 5. Play clock is at 0, and that's a flag. Now the officials running in. Hold on a second. Maybe the sideline got the timeout called.
Okay. Prior to the play clock expiring, Detroit called the second charge timeout.
So they're going to pick up the flags, and it was Dan Campbell on the sideline that called it, but the play clock just about to hit 0.
It's a great job by Dan Campbell, just, you know, paying attention and then being quick to call the timeout. I would have to. I've never been a head coach that had to do it, but you know, here you are trying to figure out, is he going to get the ball off? Is he not going to get the ball off? And you're trying to decide that as the head coach, and he does it just in time. Goff's trying to get the ball snapped, but everyone else has their head down. He sees the play clock going down, but a big third down right here, even with 8 minutes and 48 seconds to go. If the Lions convert here, there's a good chance they're coming away with points. If they can come away with a touchdown on this drive, you know, they get a chance to put a bow on this one.
Quick snap. Goff steps through, throws incomplete, 4th down. There was some room in front of Jared Goff, but he cut it loose instead of trying to pick it up with his legs.
Yeah, he had him too. If he, you know, the decision wasn't so bad. He just wasn't able to deliver the catchable ball. Now, whether or not he could have picked it up with his legs, he didn't feel that he could have. Would have been close, but he did have his guy. If he makes a better throw for the first down.
Raymond was the target. Pass too low, and now Fox hits it. Nice catch by Wester.
Come on, Wester.
Makes a move.
Come on, Dante.
And able to get across the 20. 11-yard return, and Rock Yassin made the stop after a 50-yard punt. Back to work, Lamar Jackson. His team down 4 in this Week 3 matchup.
Week 3, last game of the week. Yes, last game of the week, Week 3. Game of the week, Week 3.
Here's to another 50 years of Miller time. The NFL is live in Ireland on NFL Network. And hear our stars come out in the
Minimum balance fees, which means more money in my pocket for me. So what are you waiting for? Get started today at borrowmoney.com.
With Amica Auto Insurance, it's not just about where you're going, but who you go with. We're customer owned, and we look after what matters most to you. Together. Get your quote today.
When it comes to making merch for your business or side hustle, direct-to-film transfers from Ninja Transfers are the easiest way to make custom apparel quickly. Visit
Drizzy
ninjatransfers.com.
Drake.
I had 8 UTIs in 1 year. This inspired me and my partner Spencer to launch Eucora. Eucora makes effective urinary tract health products.
It truly works miracles. The peace of mind I've been looking for.
Go to eucora.com to learn more.
When the power's out, when the roads are flooded, and maybe when there's no food on the shelves. Look, you'll either have what you need or you won't. That's why Fort Patriots is doing something that they've never done before. Guys, for National Preparedness Month, when you buy a 3-month survival food kit, you will get 2 months absolutely free. That's 5 months of delicious, shelf-stable meals built to last 25 years and hand-packed right here in the United States, because disasters aren't getting less frequent.
Quarter goal line stand by this Lions defense. That's the 4th down play where the ball got knocked out of the hand of Lamar Jackson by Jack Campbell. And this defense, last time the Ravens had it, came up with 2 sacks, and they have 5 sacks tonight. This drive starts at the 21, down by 4. Hand off to Henry, and he gets it punched out. It's recovered by
Oh my God, Henry fumbled again.
out on the play by Aiden Hutchinson, and it's yet another fumble for Derrick Henry.
Oh my God, what universe are we in? What the fuck? What chat? What universe are we in?
Hutchinson knocked it out, and that's 1 fumble per game by Derrick Henry, and
Third
it was
fumble
Aiden
this year.
Hutchinson right there. They knocked it out of the left arm of Derrick Henry.
Yeah, he was up the field. He was taking care of Lamar Jackson, and so as he gets up the field, but he just continues to play, and so he works back, pure effort. And once he peels back, Henry doesn't know that he's pursuing the football, and then is able to punch it out.
Ooh, shit.
It was a crushing fumble
That
they
bitch,
had in week 1 at Buffalo.
that bitch threw the helmet, tumbled over the bench, all type of shit, but he about to give himself a concussion.
It's going to hurt as they hand to Montgomery with under 8.5 to go. Here's the week 1 fumble. In that game at the Bills, it was punched out. They blew a 40-25 fourth quarter lead with 4 minutes to play and lost that ball game 41-40. And now here tonight, Hutchinson knocks it out of his left arm, and DJ Reed recovers.
Great job by Hutchinson, just continuing to play, even though it looked like he was out of the play. Just pure effort.
Montgomery.
Montgomery.
Up the gut
He
down
going
to
for
the
2.
5, and a flag comes in at the end of the play.
Yeah, Ravens are signaling it's going to go on Detroit with a
Boy,
hold.
Henry over there hurt.
Going against Detroit, that was the indication.
Personal foul, face mask. Offense number 73. 15-yard penalty. Repeat second out.
They get Christian Mahogany, the second-year pro from Boston College, and Brent Urban is the one who had his face mask grabbed.
Sorry, right here.
By Mahogany. And instead of 1st and goal with the ball at the 5, that 15-yard penalty takes the ball back out to the 28.
Well, that certainly helps. You take a look here at Derrick
Only
Henry.
running back fumble in each first 3 games.
Him this year. But this defense, they've got to be able to make a stop. They have not been able to make a stop in the red zone tonight. But that penalty sure helps.
2nd and 22 as a result. They hand to Gibbs. Not much.
Second and 22. He's about to
Let's
throw.
go back to that fumble forced by
Play
Aiden
action
Hutchinson
pass.
on the carry by Henry.
Yeah, you see, he's worried about Lamar Jackson, and he comes up the field, and he just continues to play. And in big games like this, you need your great players to show up big, and well, he certainly did. Now, can the Ravens defensively do their part to keep this a one-possession game?
It's third down and 21. This one floated for Tesla. Incomplete. Fourth down. And one other note on the fumbles by Henry. It's the first time in his 10-year career he has had multiple fourth-quarter fumbles lost in the same season. And we're just in week 3.
Well, I think if you look at it, or Derrick Henry, he's got to get that out of his mind as quickly as he possibly can, because they're going to need him on this next possession. After the opening drive, he really hasn't done anything the rest of the night as far as on the ground.
45-yard
Ham, Zay Flowers.
To make it a 7-point
I don't know,
game
man.
by Bates.
I don't know how they just sticking in.
And he drills it.
31-24 Detroit. 6:35 left.
And Henry, as Troy said, is going to have to go back to work and forget about the fumbles. He is frustrated. We saw this in Buffalo, and we see it tonight here at home. 7-point game. Lions on top.
He's ready to cry over there on the bench.
How about the new Ultimate
God.
Trio? Choose 3 out.
Oh my God, what Kai doing?
For only $14.99.
Watching Duke things.
That's a heck of an option. Applebee's new Ultimate Trio.
It's on.
Let him know.
Thursday, the Seattle Seahawks take on the Arizona Cardinals. Touchdown! Stream Thursday Night Football. Seahawks, Cardinals, Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime.
Compliments of the chef. Oh? He was so glad that he had emergency roadside service with Geico. And since they saved his bacon, he presents to you a bacon tart flambe.
With Vic, mate, look, I don't need special treatment. I'm just happy that he's happy.
You're too humble, Mr. Gecko. Which is why we also present to you, and I don't need special treatment, run-of-the-mill grilled cheese.
Now we're talking.
Yes, we are.
Get more savings and service. Get more with Geico.
Oreo Puff cereal, made with real Oreo cookie wafers and marshmallows. Ready. I got your Oreo Puff! With the irresistible taste of Oreo Puff cereal, you'll want to get to breakfast faster. Waking up is better with Oreo.
This is the Emirates Premium Economy Seat. Economy. Perhaps they need to call it something else.
2 games, 1 night, all the feels. Gang Green feels it. No love lost in this division rivalry. Houday Nation is feeling something to prove in Mile High against Bulls Broncos. Feeling Jets Dolphins on ESPN, Bengals Broncos on ABC.
Earlier, DJ Reed recovers the fumble that was forced by Aiden Hutchinson, and they were ready.
He looked like our producer Steve Ackles rolling that ball. Remember we
Absolutely.
bowling that night?
He's talented.
He is a talent.
He's our producer, Artie Kemner, our director, with Lisa Salters and Laura Rutledge down on the field. Troy and Joe up in the booth, and 6.5 to go. Rasheen Ali to return another kick, and he's back there with Justice Hill.
Yeah, the defense did their part. They've given up some big drives, long drives for touchdowns, but man, they needed them on that last one, and they showed up.
It's Ali from about the 10 to the 31. Aiden Hutchinson, anytime he's involved in the game, cameras are on him as we look at his effort and his evening tonight.
Well, we heard Laura earlier talk about how he's got the green light. He can line up where he wants and kind of do what he wants. And with that flexibility, we've seen him tonight line up on both sides. He typically would line up on the defensive left against the offensive right tackle This year, he's mixing it up a little bit more, but as all great players do, they show up and make big plays when they need it, and he did on that last drive.
Lamar Jackson, there he is. Hutchinson.
They all over Lamar.
Sack number 6 for the Lions. The family loves it. Mom and Dad love it, and a loss of 6 on the play.
This time he takes an inside move. You're going to see Ronnie Stanley, the left tackle, as he slides out. They're moving protection that way to try to take care of him, and yet he takes an inside counter move and then hits a straight shot on Lamar.
Now 2nd down and 16. Here's Hill. Terrion Arnold first to get to him. 3rd down coming up. Gain of 4. Yesterday, the NFC North watched Green Bay suffer their first loss of the year as they blew that late lead and lost to the Cleveland Browns. So they go to 2-1. Lions trying to get to 2-1. Same story for the Ravens. 7-point game, 3rd down and 12. Jackson can't find anywhere to go, and he's brought down again from behind. And again, it's Al-Qadim Muhammad.
3-4 yards.
It'll go down as a run. It's
matter.
Not a sack, but it is an effective play by 96 again.
Yeah, no doubt, Joe. The effort that he has shown, I pointed it out a little bit earlier. This is what the coaches like so much about him coming off the ball as he comes up the field here, and then he just continues to play. Anzalone misses him, but yet he's there to clean it up.
Stout hits it. Raymond waiting for it as that punt will head out of bounds. Kelvin Shepard has done some job. Look how far this ball went out of bounds up at the 30. That's where they'll mark it. Just a 38-yard punt. And here is Al-Qadim Muhammad not quitting on the play. And Kelvin Shepard told us Al-Qadim Muhammad is going to be okay. It's kind of the last man standing across from Aiden Hutchinson to rush in.
Yeah, they like him, and I like Kelvin Shepard and what he has brought. You know, he's continued to play the style, and I'm not surprised. Dan Campbell knows what he wants this team to be. He felt Kelvin Shepard was the guy to name him as the defensive coordinator. They continue to play this aggressive style. They take it to these offenses, and the defense has responded to him.
Here's Green crashing down on it. Gibbs runs away from him. And he is out of bounds, but a nice gain on 1st down. Maybe just a little bit more on Kelvin Shepard, who, as I mentioned earlier, had an 8-year playing career as a linebacker. He's been the linebackers coach with this team, the Lions, since 2022. Played for Buffalo, Miami, the Giants, Indianapolis, Detroit. Never thought he would be a coach. But now that he's in it, he loves it.
Yeah, Dan Campbell said when he was with him in Miami, he always knew he'd make a great coach when he was still a player.
Here's a strong run for a 1st down by Gibbs. And the good teams, and he certainly were on one of them, that could do what the Lions are trying to do. Salt away a lead. They're up by 7, run the ball, run the clock down, and when you know the runs are coming and you can't stop it, that means that this young offensive line is doing a good job for the Lions.
Yes, that's true. And I was going to say, Joe, it's harder and harder for teams to do that. It's never been easy, but it's become increasingly harder as we've gone more to these spread offenses. Teams have relied more on the pass. That it's hard to run the football when the defense knows you're going to, but the Lions, as Dan Campbell often says, they're built for this.
Gibbs, well played by the Ravens defense, a gain of 2. You know, we talked about the young guards that the Lions have. They have the 10-year vet Glasgow at center, and then 2 outstanding tackles. Penei Sewell, who's one of the best players in the league, that's him right in the middle, 58. And Taylor Decker, who's playing through a bad shoulder, 68 out at left tackle.
And last year, and really for the last several years, they've been so strong. And this team, I don't think it's a stretch to say they're going to go as far as those young guards allow them to go, because they're pretty solid everywhere else. But they've had a good showing tonight.
2nd and 8. They hand to Montgomery. 3rd down coming up. The Lions have a date with the Browns next. As I mentioned, Browns just beat Green Bay. Then they're at Cincinnati, the Joe Burrow-less Bengals. At Kansas City. And then back on Monday Night Football before their bye week against the Tampa Bay Bucks.
I think Dan Campbell's looking at this, and he knows, try to get this down, but the ball has to be, they're not going to be able to take this to the 2-minute warning. It's just a split second off.
It's 3rd down and 5, and because of that, they can throw a pass. Safe. Gibbs won't get it. Brought down by Roquan Smith, and we are at the 2-minute warning with 1:56 to go, and it'll be 4th down when we come back.
2-minute warning.
The ball is just on the Lions side of midfield. They lead by 7 with under 2 to go.
2-minute warning.
Good one here in week 3.
The goal for everybody, if you don't have good intentions, leave me alone. I'm not wasting my energy going back and forth. I'm not tolerating anyone moving funny, and I'm not sticking around for somebody to halfway love me. I come with pure heart and genuine love, so I expect the same in return. If you can't match that, stay away from me.
You okay?
I feel it.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm. Like a good neighbor.
I understand you, my boy. Bill Nye lands a Hollywood star. That's what I'm talking about. Fucking right. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill.
Good is good enough for some, but not for you. Because there's nothing like traveling the world with the largest curated global hotel program and having a place to land with the largest global airport lounge network. Nothing like having dining benefits at over 10,000 Resi restaurants.
Is LeBron James gonna retire a Cavalier?
For a life like no other, you need a card like no other. There's nothing like Platinum.
Carne asada is back at Chipotle. It's our most tender steak, expertly grilled throughout the day, expertly seasoned with garlic, cumin, and coriander, expertly crafted just for you. Nobody does carne asada like Chipotle. Nobody.
Sucks you have to work on a Sunday.
Does it though?
How about dogs?
Okay. That brought Peyton Manning.
Hi. It's quitting time.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
How are you? Scott Van Pelt coming up with the Nationwide post game. We will visit with one of the stars of the game here from both quarterbacks, coaches. Go inside the winning locker room as well and look forward to talking about this fantastic game with you and Troy. Joe, back to you. 4th and 2.
Yep. Yeah, and 4th and 2, and the Lions, Troy, look like they're going to go for it. They're 2 for 2 on 4th down tries in this game.
Yeah, maybe they try to hard count, draw them off sides, but didn't appear to be any hesitation from Dan Campbell. Not surprised. He's got big onions. I mean, this is a bold move. Even with a 1st down,
got a big
they
cojones.
cannot run out the clock because the Ravens still have all 3 timeouts.
Montgomery in the backfield on 4th and 2. Goff keeps, floats.
Amon Brown.
Throw and catch. Unreal. But a flag
Game
is
over.
down back at the 50. Here's the call.
Holding. Defense number 44. Penalties decline. Result of the play is 1st down.
Troy, how good was that throw?
Game
It
over.
was the best throw of the night. I mean, this, with what was on the line, this ball had to be perfect. Marlon Humphrey, number 44, is going to be the one who grabs, and he's got his eyes in the backfield. He's just not anticipating that St. Brown's going to go out on the route. But this ball, he had a step. I'm watching it the whole way. but you got to make this throw. And the great ones make it. And Jared Goff lays it out there perfectly on 4th down. I mean, that's as good as it gets.
20 yards on 4th down and 2. They're 3 for 3 going for it on 4th down. You think these guys have any fun playing for Dan Campbell?
Yeah, I mean, they know what they're going to do. I mean, it's no surprise. Jared will be asked about it after this game. He'll answer it. There was never a doubt that they were going to go for it on 4th. It's what they're used to. It's the way they're built.
Now Montgomery, he's going to break. David Montgomery
Touchdown.
is in for the touchdown.
Game the fuck over. Everybody had Detroit losing. Skip Bayless on Gilbert Arenas Gridiron Football Show. Only nigga that picked Detroit.
It appears they're going to walk out of here with their 2nd win of the year.
Well, we come in talking about these young guards, Mahogany and Tate Radledge, and the job that they have done tonight, and really all 5 of those guys, along with the receivers. Jamison Williams, he's down the field blocking. 225 yards
I might
rushing
get Montgomery my player of the week.
Goff's telling him to go down.
Unless he could score. And then it's okay.
31 yards. And the Lions rushing attack in this game. 4 rushing touchdowns. 225 rush yards. And this is a 14-point game. And there's Taylor Decker with a hug for David Montgomery. Graham Glasgow, the 10-year vet at center. Boy, this is some impressive night. Hank Fraley, his nickname was Honey Buns when he played for the Philadelphia Eagles.
225 rushes to Baltimore 82.
And look at the rush yards tonight. And then when the Lions needed a perfect throw from Jared Goff all night long, they got it.
Well, as someone who was a part of a great offensive line and a great running back, and being able to do what the Lions have done tonight and ice a game that way, I know how good that feels. Jared Goff delivered the perfect throw on 4th down. But you mentioned Hank Fraley, the job that he's done with this group and what he's done since he came here to Detroit, and these young guys, and they've been questioned all week long, even after their performance last week. And to have the night they've had on the road in a big game, we talked about it being a measuring stick tonight. I mean, that's going to be one heck of a plane ride back to Detroit.
No head coach goes for it more on 4th down. He's done it 3 more times tonight since he's been head coach in 2021. Ali will take a knee. It'll come out to the 35. Think about Dan Campbell taking over in 2021. He got 3 wins his first year, 9 wins his second, 12 wins. Franchise record 15 last year. He's got this team humming again here in 2025. This is a big win here tonight in Baltimore after that loss at Green Bay. Yes, they beat the Bears, but this has a different feel.
I agree. And they all count the same. You know, there's 17 of them, but there are some that feel a little bit different. And this is one of those.
Still a minute 42 remaining, 3 timeouts, but a 14-point game now. As Bateman downfield, it's out of his reach. Terrion Arnold with good coverage that time for the Lions. Lamar Jackson, his numbers, 18 of 24, 210. Those long drives just kept him off the field. They had 2 drives of over 95 yards for touchdowns tonight. The Lions did.
Yeah, just 49 plays right now offensively for Baltimore. And they had their opportunities, and offensively they're not going to feel good about what they did.
2nd down and 10. Jackson in trouble again, and another sack. This time it's Anzalone
7 sacks to Baltimore 0.
Who's been everywhere tonight, and that is a 7-sack night for the Lions on Lamar Jackson. Kelvin Shepard better get a game ball in this one tonight too.
Yeah, I mentioned it. I was as anxious as anyone to see how the Lions would do with new coordinators. These guys, John Morton, Kelvin Shepard.
Ooh. Hit by Brandt. Ooh. Nice job by Hill. Survives that hit. And out of bounds he goes.
You really got to give Dan Campbell all the credit. We show the win totals and how he's increased them. He'll have a hard time increasing from last year.
Yeah.
15-2, but it's hard when you lose your coordinators. It's hard when you lose as many coaches off the staff as he did this past year, and then you're replacing them and then starting over. And I mean, it is really hard on a lot of levels, football-wise, but also to him personally. And yet he filled those vacancies, and by all accounts, it looks like he did a great job with it.
Nice throwing catch. Bateman made the grab. It's
Bateman been a star receiver the whole night.
Yeah. The 2 coordinators and 6 assistant coaches, and yet they've filled in. These teams kind of mirror each other. They've got great coordinators. They've got GMs that find talent everywhere. They've got good ownership. Got a head coach that is in control, in charge. They've got great rosters. And for Dan Campbell to fill in with 8 new coaches under him with the Lions, it's impressive. Jackson steps through. Chased down from behind, and now out of bounds as Branch gets there for Detroit.
When we talked to Dan Campbell about the respect that he has for the Baltimore Ravens, and he said as a first-time head coach, you ask yourself what you want your program to look like, and Baltimore is that team. And they've been doing it at a high level for 30 years. And Dan Campbell said, that's what I wanted my program to look like, the way in which they compete, their physical style. They're aggressive, and everything is kind of in unison throughout the organization. The people they bring in, Eric DaCosta, of course, who replaced Ozzie Newsome as the general manager, and there's so much continuity in how they run the organization in Baltimore, and Detroit has been the same way, and the proof is in the results.
There's Ozzie.
Sick
Hall of Famer 2 times
now.
over. 2nd down and 7. Jackson backpedaling. Andrews wide open, one-on-one, and he'll take it in. His 2nd of the night with 29 seconds to go. They'll go for 2, and then
what are you going for 2
we'll have an onside kick. So nothing happens easy in this league. Yesterday was a crazy day around the NFL. This would easily go down as the craziest if the Ravens were to get up off the deck 14 points down with under 2 minutes to go.
We've been around this game a little too long, as has Jared Goff. When we showed him, you saw the look on his face after that touchdown.
Why go for 2?
2-point try will be their first of the year. Jackson flips it. Flag is down in the end zone. And it's a hold against the Lions. We've referenced the crazy day that yesterday was around the NFL yesterday.
Holding defense number 32. Ineligible receiver downfield, offense number 77. Penalties offset, retry.
So we'll retry the 2-point conversion. There were 9 defensive and special teams touchdowns this week, most in 5 years. And the first day in NFL history with multiple blocked field goals returned for touchdowns in the 4th quarter. Both with under 2 minutes to play yesterday. Backpedaling and incomplete for Zay Flowers. And here's a little look at what the league presented to us yesterday.
Has it blocked again? The kick is blocked. Field goal attempt is blocked. Scooped up and will be taken all the way. It's over, and the Chargers remain unbeaten. San Francisco is in first place. They win it at the Horn.
So there's just some of it in week 3. The special teams craziness. Blocked field goal return for a touchdown to end the game for Phil.
Hold on, child. I gotta write something like that. Write that down for my video.
There, I think we want to score there, so I'm glad he did. But I was thinking game might have been over, but I'm glad he scored.
Yeah, it worked out well. How would you describe the way this offense operated tonight, really eating up the clock and doing the things you wanted to do?
Did exactly what we wanted to do. We talked about it all week, being able to sustain long drives, keep their offense off the field, and we needed all these points tonight, and that offense is dang good, and we got them all.
What can you say about your defense limiting Lamar at times?
They were incredible. They really were, and they were forcing turnovers. And to be honest, we didn't capitalize great on turnovers, but we did enough to win, and I thought our defense was stellar.
All right, thanks so much, Jared. Congrats.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Joe.
Yeah, Laura, just to put a number to it, 7 sacks by that Detroit defense, none by the Ravens tonight of Jared Goff. And what a night it was. Back and forth they went. And in the end, it was Detroit getting the 8-point win to get to 2-1 and send the Ravens to 1-2. Final score 38-30.
They never come to D out.
Until next week, our group will be in Denver for the Bengals.